Greeting everybody! It's time. We're back. We're so back with the AEL University Elite Series here for Valorant. And Tony, it's a pleasure to have you on board once again here. You know, the man behind the screen is now front and center once again, and I'm keen to get into it. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm keen. I'm excited. I was going to say we saw a lot of different things last week. I hope to see a little bit of a change of pace as well going into this week.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more there. You know, I think we've seen some nice bits and bobs. We've seen some good vibes, good maps. We want Corrode.
A lot of Lotus. We saw a lot of Lotus last week.
That's it. But you know what? We're going to see our sponsors right now. So a big shout out to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. And a big shout out to Indomie, the noodle partner, made with higher quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Yeah, love our sponsors. I was going to say, Matt, hopefully we won't see as much Lotus, but you never know. It's Uni League. All these teams love to play it.
That's it. Let's check out how our standings are going right now. As you can see, UOM up top. They got the good potential there. Pretty close by based on round diff, though, is going to be Monash. One of the same. UTS, pretty close. Not going to be able to claw out the win. Like Macquarie, one in the same. It's all very close-knit competition, I'd say, across the board, pretty much. Other than maybe towards the bottom end there. But yeah, just some pretty solid foundations have been laid out for our players here. You know, they've managed to really dig deep, build up their potential, and they're looking pretty darn good. So yeah, Swinburne at the bottom there, Deacon, one in the same. Nice and close, you know, and I love to see it. I love to see how the games are going to shape up, you know, because tonight we got some pretty good ones on their way.
Yeah, some pretty good games coming up for you. Macquarie versus Swinburne to start it off. RMIT versus UTS, then we'll see Monash, UNSW, and then all the way down the bottom there for our final game, it will be UOM taking on Deacon. And Matt, you spoke about close games. Speaking of Deacon, you know, 11-13 were able to come out to a flying start in their last game, but just couldn't quite get it across the line. I had to speak to their team captain behind the scenes. I believe there's been a lot of prep work going on behind the scenes for Deacon, so it'd be curious to see how that one goes. But of course, that one will be all the way at the end of the night. So we'll have to wait and see about that one. But Macquarie versus Swinburne should be an interesting one. We saw Macquarie in that close game against Deacon last week. So, you know, my call as well to Macquarie, how do they fare going into this week? Do we see a little bit of a revitalized team after their win last week, or do we kind of see them fall off a little bit is my question.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to take a bit of form there, take a bit of control, or whether they may have a fall from grace here. You know, definitely excited to see what all these teams are going to be able to cook up. You know, I'm curious if, correct me if I'm wrong, if Deacon, I think that's Glitch's team, perhaps?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're going to be able to lock something in tonight, because last week they looked pretty close to it, honestly. Like, it just always seems like they're just dancing around that little possibility, right? Just dancing around it, but just not quite able to get it there. So keen to see if they are going to be able to lock one down here tonight, and whether we do see a bit of a shake-up or a bit of a change across the board. But, you know, before we get into that, let's take a look at Swinburne and Macquarie, the beginning of a night to come.
It should be an interesting one. Of course, we'll check out the rosters for you. Swinburne is Glorified, Negligent, Sean, Tax, and Booming for the side of Macquarie. Killer Bean, Chase Atlantic, Nami, Penguin, and Kakashi. And, you know, we got to speak to Nami after last week's close game for Macquarie, and she said it was a lot of comfort picks, a lot of kind of, I guess, what they know based on what they can play kind of thing. So looking to see a lot of comfort picks out of Macquarie. Swinburne, I was going to say they've looked pretty convincing. Like, a few of their games have been pretty good, but unfortunately just not quite getting anything across the line. So my eyes are on this one, especially, you know, Negligent has been performing pretty well for the Swinburne side, I have to say.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there as well, Tony. Definitely been pretty good so far. And eager to see how things go down when we do get into the fray here. You know, I think it's going to be pretty good indeed. But I think everything will work out for the best. Everything will work out for the best. You know, when things are pressed, it's going to be the best. We're going to be blessed, never stressed. That's the way, Tony. That's the way. But nah, keen to see what their maps look like tonight. You know, we saw a bit of Lotus last week. Maybe we'll see Corrode tonight. You know,
Sunset.
I'm just hopeful. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we saw a bit of Sunset. So I'm hopeful that we see more, you know, on the horizon there. We've seen a lot of maps in the pool except for Corrode. So yeah, we'll see what they can come up with. I think Corrode's the only one we're missing, right? Or is there another one I'm forgetting?
I believe we've collected everything else.
The active pool, right?
Yeah, everything else in the active pool. We saw a Bind, we've seen Lotus, we've seen Sunset. Maybe Haven. I was going to say I don't think we've seen a Haven yet. We've seen a Haven. Okay, yes.
Been there at least.
Yeah, I think we've touched on everything then, other than Corrode. Yeah. So it should be interesting. I believe I just got word as well from behind the scenes. Actually, is going to be BkWhatOCE or Negligent. So I spoke about Negligent being a star player here, but we won't be seeing them tonight. We'll be seeing BkWhatOCE instead. And Matt, here we are. Maps for you. Vito's looking interesting. Road getting taken away instantly. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not happening. They're not going to let that one slip through there. So we're going to be going to Lotus instead. You know, we're going to be blooming into the first series of the night, like the flower, you know, like the Lotus. So great to see that being our initiator into this evening. And I guess curious to see what kind of agents we're going to see out of this one. I feel like each week, you know, we've started to solidify kind of a foundation around which agents some of our teams would tend to pick. But obviously you can have some of those more, let's say, off-brand agents coming out here and there as well. Like I was surprised when we saw an Astra. My gosh, we're back in 2022 or something. Jeez, Tony. Back in our prime, mate. No. Oh, the good old days. But good to see how things are going there and excited for what's to come from this one.
It should be interesting one going into Lotus, as we've seen a lot of focus towards the kind of duelist roles. A lot of these teams really like to play double duelist sometimes on a map like Lotus, but as well, I feel like Initiators have been also a hotly contested one. A lot of teams playing Fade, especially. Vise has been in there for the Sentinel role. And I was going to say, as you said, we saw Astra last week. Maybe we'll get to see a bit of Astra going later on into the evening. I don't imagine too many of these teams probably want to offer a pick like Astra on Lotus, so it should be interesting as we, of course, get to see the picks. I'll wait.
Yeah, that's it. We're jumping into it right now. It's going to be a few bits and bobs locked in there. Curious what they are going to be locking down. The Fade's being hovered there. Vice, I think, is online for tax. Viper coming out. They got the Jet. So far, so good. Like, it's pretty solid at the moment. You know, everything's pretty stock standard. Like, yeah, the Omen comes out every here and there. I think the Dark Cover, definitely good to be utilized by our rosters. Neon, also going to be online now. Maybe Yoru. I think one of our teams spoke on the fact that we should expect Yoru from them last week, I believe. So great to see that one being used again. Like Dimensional Drift, definitely going to be pretty solid stuff there. So yeah, nice little composition of agents coming out from both sides.
Yeah, I kind of like the double duelists, especially two of the more playmaking ones, like your Neon, like your Yoru, as we've seen from previous. Yoru's been a very strong pick in terms of the meta sometimes, and it's a very tricky one to maneuver, especially on that attack side where you can kind of play a lot of mind games with your opponents. And of course, Neon very good at getting up in the mix. And we'll be curious to see how those picks go.
That's it. Let's see how things go here. as we get into round number 1. And ready to go.
Ready to go. Pistol round underway. A few ghosts across the line here. Seeing the early stack here towards the stairs. Interesting fade, and BkWhatOCE already charging up Tailwind. It's going to dissipate. And Spike dropped outside of spawn here, just going for the C-Mound orb early on. That's, I guess, the plus side of playing the attack side. You kind of get a little bit more control towards that C-Mound orb, whereas the defense, they get a little bit more control towards the A orb, of course. Interesting to see Swinburne didn't opt to play for it early on. And, well, you can see Macquarie starting to group up outside of C. Just kind of poking and prodding. Spike collected by Chase Atlantic. Looking to group up in just a second.
That's it. Looking to group up in a moment here. We'll see if they are going to be able to lock this one down as they creep their way over. Slowly but surely towards the side here. We'll be able to catch one with the snake bite there. Ooh, Paranoia coming out though. Opens the account. Looking for a bit more. Killer Bean in a bit of trouble.
Killer Bean going for some shots there. We'll look to secure that spike plant. You're going to be playing for the safety because you've got 3 players there peeking from waterfall, and it's a hard angle to fight for if you're the attackers. Spike is down though. 2 versus 5 situation here, but Chubby Penguin, a quick 2 from them. Looking for a 3rd maybe, but Nami and Chubby Penguin taken down by Booming and BkWhatOCE. Spike will be tapped to halfway.
That's
it.
it.
Going to give the full defuse over to BkWhatOCE. No, they're going to give it to Booming. Booming, a little bit of ultimate charge there.
Yeah, good stuff coming out here. And we'll see what else they are going to be able to do. They are looking to get a defusal over that one. So good stuff coming out from Booming there. We'll be able to take away the defusal. And we'll see what is it going to be coming through on this one as we are taking it one step at a time here. But Swinburne, good to at least hold things down for the moment. You know, I think that they've managed to get a solid strides in the beginning here. And we'll see how they manage to push themselves ahead into this one. I think it's going to be solid stuff ahead of us. And I'm keen to see what they can do heading into round number 2.
Some shots coming out through door here. I'm going to be bashing up on into the side here. Early cloud smoke here coming out from the side of Swinburne. Just playing a little bit more defensively. Flash being held for Kakashi for the moment. Well, you can see very much willing to hold for this one. BkWhatOCE with a great shot on the Outlaw. Force up on the 2nd round. It's a scary gun to go against. 1-shot potential without the armor.
Oh, shot coming out there from Buck, and we'll see what they can do. They are going to be stalling it out for a second here. 2 players remain on the Macquarie side now, just going to be stuck, holding themselves down here, and just see what they can manage with it. It's Buck taking away the Buck shot there. Looking to knock another one down. Chubby Penguin, last player standing on the link here. Will they be able to sink it? That's going to be the question. They're just holding a position for the moment. They don't have much time to really play with. They do have the judge. So let's see. They're going to be the jury and the executioner here. Ooh, holding it down and locked out. So Tax will be able to find the 2nd there. And now we're up by 2.
Great defensive round there for Swinburne. Just getting those picks there with BkWhatOCE and the Outlaw, keeping some great distance. So I was going to say, when you're kind of faced against the Eco, especially from a team like Macquarie, who could get very much up in the face very quickly with all of the utility they have to bat. Played that one well. Super confident from BkWhatOCE, but Outlaw, in return for Chubby Penguin, the rest of them going to be bringing out the Vandals. Guardian here for Kakashi. And going to be playing once again for that C-Mound control. And the other side, of course, BkWhatOCE still has that Outlaw. Just go for a quick peek Opts to back off. Does some good damage to Kakashi, though. Gets tagged up themselves and needs to be a little bit more careful.
Needs to exercise caution here. Trying to get some shots over the top of this one. Gonna be in a bit of trouble. There we go. Killer Bean, a nice way to open the account there. Tax is down. Macquarie looking to roll ahead, but still got a bit more distance to cover into this one. You know, they've got players around every which corner, but we'll see what they can do now.
Using Kakashi as bait. Base landing. Gonna be giving Kakashi the ultimate orb. Booming does toss out the paranoia. Let's play a little bit safe. They've left BkWhatOCE over at C, but they need to be careful. Of course, A. Side of contention here for Macquarie. Keep close range here for Booming. And Spike Tap will go down. Fully planted by Killer Bean and Macquarie. In a pretty comfortable post-plant position now. Just have to clear out Booming here towards the drop. The other two players coming, Sean and Chlorophyte. Killer Bean going to be the first point of contact. Haunt on top of them. Another player in the drop. Looking for another on Sean. Here's going to be a quick trade from Booming. Can't retrieve the gun. Has to teleport up to safety, and this is a very good hold here for the side of Macquarie. You can see Chlorophyte covering the corners, covering the angles. Another teleport up top here for Booming. Has been heard. Great big shot back, and the bucket comes out. Trade's immediate. Macquarie will be picking up their first round.
That's it. Solid way to bring themselves back into the bonus round there, and to see how they hit the ground running into these upcoming rounds ahead of us, as well as we've got some great times ahead of us, Mr. Tony. Great times indeed, and we'll see how they are going to be able to push their way forth, as it looks like we are getting all prepped up, I'd say, over through towards the B pillars here, and or towards C lobby. So keen to see how they manage to navigate these uncharted waters here. They are just taking it nice and slow. They got the dimensional drift available, so it could be something. But Sean Kemp, a quick denial to kick the round off strong.
Yeah, the power playing on top of that seaside, right? You can just kind of shot over the top to anyone pushing mound. Fortunately, it wasn't Kakashi. Unfortunately, was their fade. So they've got limited util knowledge here. Well, gathering intel knowledge here. They're going to go back towards C Mount. Interesting little rotate here. Of course, Tax is going to now help Sean out. Playing Viper like a pseudo Sentinel as well. I was going to say, kind of feels like they've got two, right? Dimensional Drift now popped here for Kakashi. And the info's gathered. Let's get that spike down. Teleport on top of the site to cross here with the fast lane. Corey have good space now to take the site.
That's it, big space to take the site, and we'll see if they are going to be able to push it ahead here. Trying to get the damage through. It ain't happening, Swinburne. Still going to have the player advantage in this one. Ooh, trying to swing it back, but still so much more work to do. Shots are going a bit astray there. Nami sways it their way, and Macquarie putting in the yards. Booming will find one back, but not for long. Parker gets the shot. 1v1 situation right now, and they deliver. Swinburne on for 3.
Beautiful, beautiful round there. BkWhatOCE with the classic. Primary jammed, good. Ultimate coming out of Chubby Penguin there to try and deny the retake from coming in, but BkWhatOCE just given so much space to work with, so much room to breathe, and, well, Ultimate's now starting to come online here, Booming. And BkWhatOCE to those ones. Killer Bean does have the Nightfall available here as well for the side of Macquarie, but it felt like that was a good round. Macquarie were somehow able to break a hold, that Viper and Vise hold that we've seen so far from Swinburne, but just some heroics from BkWhatOCE keeps the lead going here. Early Haunt comes out from Killer Bean. They will take control of C Mound once again, this time taking Sean in the process. Ultimate Orb doesn't need to be picked up here. Kakashi can look to go for that one, but is just going to pop and get aggressive here with the gate crash. Quick rotation over from Booming attacks. Nice the attempt at a C take for the moment.
see what they can come up with out of this one. Just sticking around the mound at the moment, trying to creep up through main. Will be caught around the bend though. Nice kill coming out there. Ooh, trying to face the fears. That could really start churning the gears through. Paranoia takes the vision away, but doesn't take the kill ability away, as they are trading out all the way around. But spike control going to be settled in, and it's time for a retake.
Spike planted, retake attempt. BkWhatOCE, beautiful shot there to Chubby Penguin, who's over aggressing towards the stairs, and BkWhatOCE for another takes out Nami. That's another round courtesy of BkWhatOCE to Swinburne's board. And I have to say, McCory, that's unfortunate. A little bit of over-aggression, trying to take a little bit of space back and deny it from Swinburne. And they're comfortable to hold it. 4 rounds now, Matt, and that's a unfortunate one to drop. McCory, once again, at a deficit, are going to have to keep it cheap for this round.
Yeah, we'll see what they are going to be able to cook up out of this one, Tony. I don't think that there's definitely good potential for them to claw things up. Are going to have to lock in. They do want this one to play out favourably. They've got From the Shadows available, but I mean, Swinburne do as well, so how much value can they get for something like that? Who knows? But with the bottom line, Swinburne looking to make this round, just cleave their way around at number 6. Nice and efficient.
I'll find you.
How they fare with already stacking things up over towards the A side of things. You know, they got a couple outside of A main there, waiting patiently towards the tree as well. So definitely looking solid in terms of preparing for the onslaught. You need to activate to try and get there.
And unfortunate. I was going to say fortunate, maybe miss. Because that was just the clone. Teleport over to a C. On top of Glorified. Very interesting call to make. Nami will get taken out. And now you can see the protocols here for Swinburne is back off. Let them see if they want to. We'll just play for the retake. Kakashi deep with spawn here. Interesting little lurk going on as the rest of Macquarie hightail it back over towards A.
30 seconds left.
Sean needs to be a little bit careful. Kakashi's in a very cheeky little spot. Can hear that rotate as soon as it comes through from B. He's going to spot it. Sean isn't going to expect it. Vandal drops and spawn. Axe is, though, ready to clear for it. 3 versus 3 now. Retake ensues as the spike goes down with very minimal time on the clock here for Macquarie.
That's not much time. Asshole. You just can't really navigate this one. They can manage to. They are going to be far jams there. Ready for it though. Ooh, but not ready enough.
Last player standing.
See what they come up with here. Ooh, big shot coming out from the. The box lane, pedal to the middle. They flip it down and take away a second quality.
Huge round to pick up there for Chase Atlantic for Macquarie. And I was going to say, an interesting Visalt to go there for Tax, especially with the fact that, you know, we saw Macquarie only on those Sheriffs. They didn't really have full primary, so just an unfortunate thing, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, misread on how much money Macquarie actually had going into that last round, so bit of a wasted Visalt, but it happens, you know. Unfortunate call. Viper's pit. Maybe popped here for Sean. Denying them control of C. They will be happily taking Mound up for free, but so much Viper utility, just denying any space for the moment. You can see the spam coming through. Attempted to try and find this Viper because it's a very aggressive Viper's pit to go for, Matt, so you have to play very up in it. You're going to lose life very quickly. Chase Atlantic just kind of floating around. Trying to spot for any sort of info here. Nami as well. Potential for the B aggression. Potential for the B split to come out here. Other side, Macquarie is there. Hacks, though, covering from the waterfall angle. He's going to have their primary jammed now. Be able to dodge it out. Time ticking here. Macquarie not really committing just yet. They are going to look to attempt to rotate over towards A.
Okay. And the trades are already coming out today, so Buck going to be good for another one.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, trying their best to hold it out here. Chubby Penguin prepared. They managed to find one out of it, looking for more. Buck going to be able to trade it back, so managing to keep the player in cheer once again. But now, let's see how things go. They play things out. Buck is down. And let's see if their teammates can pick things up.
Interesting off angle here for Nami.
Enemy
We're
remaining.
playing underneath the ladder, and he's going to be able to find them both. Beautiful off angle. Secures Macquarie 3. And what a scary round that was. A little bit of a late call to rotate over towards A, and could have got punished from the players playing towards vent there from Swinburne, but it works. Get the spike down. Beautifully played by Nami. And getting a little bit close now here, going into the middle stages of this first half. Forces the Swinburne side down to a little bit of an eco. A few stingers, a few sheriffs. Vandal. Oh, Guardian actually here for BkWhatOCE. So, yeah, very well played round overall for Macquarie. And great shot from Killer Bean to start it off.
Yeah, really starting off strong, aren't they? And very eager to see how they manage to crawl things back here. 4v4 situation at the moment, and we'll see if they can turn the tides as they look to glide their way up, perhaps towards B. Timing good. Sean and Cam are finding all the kills right now. They are going to be in a world of trouble.
Oh.
Sean Camp uncontested. Spike control going to be in their favor.
Have the spike.
Spike down and double swing to come out. Chubby Penguin. Good for a third, but Tax will trade it out. Vise versus Vise there for the final kill of the round. And that was a close one. I was going to say beautiful off angle there from Sean. And I was going to say dimensional drifts. I thought Macquarie would hard clear that corner, but maybe a little bit of a miscommunication in terms of the play that was happening. But overall, fifth round to side of Swinburne, a very much important one because, as we said, Eco wasn't the best for them. The credits weren't looking the greatest. Now we go into this one. Still very close, and Macquarie still haven't purchased. Going to fight the C-Mound once again.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to overcome the mound here. Decoy going out. There it is. Information gained. Tax holding. Holding, but not folding there, as their teammates will go down. I see you later to BkWhatOCE and a Chlorophyte there. And now they have to just keep themselves composed. Swinburne, couple down, but it's definitely a chance for them to bring it back up. Time is on their side for now, but I mean, their opponents are already looking to venture very closely towards this C site. There's problems heading Vice's way very soon.
Here.
And Tax is going to have to be on guard. Last lane, Jason landing. Gate crash into the site, and Tax is already immediately taken out at the hands of Jason landing. And two players left to try and attempt to retake here. Sean and Booming.
Spike
Need to make something happen. Prowler comes through, so Sean spotted towards the waterfall. These two, just so much utility being tossed Sean's way. You can see Booming trying to back them up, but also cautious of a swarm peek here. Macquarie watching their T's right now, dotting their I's. Nami just going to be playing safe on the site. Sean looking for an attempt to wallbang here. But not going to be given anything. It might just have to be a save call. Booming has to lead the way out. Macquarie keep all five alive. Potentially hit. And, will find themselves a fourth round, Matt. So, once again, just abusing C control is what has been going on here. You know, rounds that Swinburne have won, it's been retake to A or retake to C. And then the rounds that Macquarie have been picking up is a lot of abuse towards that C site. So you have to start to think Swinburne might show some adaptation, maybe attempt to put a player aggressive through B main, as we can see posturing potentially here. Sean is going to be setting up that early wall for the moment. Credits, once again, for Swinburne, not looking the hottest.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Yeah, like they're really placed in a bit of trouble right now. You know, I think they had a grand start, but from there it's just kind of slowed down to almost a whisper. So very keen to see if they are going to be able to do something to bring themselves back, because it's just a big world of pain, a big world of trouble in their way at the moment. But Macquarie creeping it up through a main over the tree there, looking to see what they can do with this positioning. They are going to be pulling around it right now, trying to get some shots in the stairs. There we go, Sean's down. And more to follow. Tax doubling it up. 3 players remain here for Macquarie. They have to hold this one out, but they get one. Now up for 2. Going to be traded out 1v2 time. And let's see if Booming can prime their way into it. They've spotted the engagement, hiding around the corner right now. They do have dark cover available if they want to rely on it, but they're just going raw. Peak potential. And it does go down in smoke.
An explosive hit towards A. And great control of stairs there, I was going to say, from Macquarie, just getting aggressive and in the face of Swinburne, attempting to retake from that position. And then, of course, falling back, you saw Chubby Penguin all the way next to Vent, and I have to give him credit playing the space there, Macquarie. Once again, checking out the credits, not great here for the side of Swinburne. Second last round of this first half. Matt and Macquarie might have found themselves a breakaway now.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to hit him with the fadeaway here. Here we go. Be holding it back for the second. Dark cover are good to at least keep their presence over the map. A bit more unknown. Sean. Ooh, does zone one out. Not good for the second though. Nami prepared for that trade there. So onwards to the 3v4 situation here. Spike going down. Like their positioning as well, but there we go. Another kill coming through there. Tax is down. 2 players remain, and they do drain one more through, but obviously with that weapon advantage, you can only go certain directions, certain ways here. We'll see what BkWhatOCE is going to be able to do, however. They're trying to press it around this corner, but it just takes a bit of time to really get the gears turning.
BkWhatOCE starting to walk up. Nami, great off angle here towards Heaven. Forces BkWhatOCE to take an unfavorable engagement towards the player next to stairs. And it is 6th round Macquarie. And last round before the swap, Matt. 6 rounds to the 5 here. Still a close one for both these teams. And, you know, kind of expected, I was going to say, how these two teams have been playing recently. You know, we spoke about Swinburne's kind of decent-ish performance. Macquarie with that bounce back last week, kind of rolling with that confidence going into this one. 15-7 for Chubby Penguin. Gonna say, not the, I guess the side you expect the Vise to pop off, but if Chubby Penguin's having a good half, why not?
Exactly, why not, honestly. We'll see what else they are going to be able to bring up into this one. Try and take a bit of control, strolling their way over to C. Tax holding back, getting the pings ready here. Macquarie aren't committing to it yet. They're still hesitant, still biding their time, waiting out that dark cover perhaps, but I can only get them so far here before they might just get stabbed in the back. And we'll see how they fare as their patience begins to wear thin. You know, they've still got smokes to deal with, but looks like power in numbers is now going to push them forward.
There.
Let's look towards the top side of sight there. Potential for the TP, primary jams. And Swinburne sent packing. Now we're going to be just over towards the lurk here. Bladestorm, though, wasn't jammed out here, so BkWhatOCE is going to walk up. They're going to pop their own Vise ultimate to try and attempt to retake Blades out from BkWhatOCE for a first on to Chubby Penguin. Another picked up from Dax here, looking for a second. Chase Atlantic taking jump knives coming out here, and it's going to be Nami left to try and stop this defuse, but it is happening in full force, and that is Swinburne for a quick retake to close the half out 6-6.
Switching sides.
That's it. All tied up at the halfway point here, so definitely a big resurgence, big comeback even, coming out from the Macquarie side towards the end of that one. You know, if they can maintain momentum, maintain pacing into this half as well. It definitely seems like they could have a clean road ahead of them. But I mean, never say never, you know, because maybe with this side switch, we see Swinburne return to the form that they had at the beginning of this series as well.
Yeah, I was going to say strong start for Swinburne. Feels like they've kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit. And I was going to say some of those retakes just didn't quite hit going towards the later stage of that half. But of course, we'll get to swap sides now. Defense for the other side. It is going to be a triple from Jason Lansing, fighting towards the Rubble player, fighting towards the main player. It's BkWhatOCE taken out by Killer Bean. Quick trades from Macquarie. A quick round done, a dusted pistol. Born in the flash.
That's it. Going in a flash, and they are gonna clash. So we'll see how they dash their way past this one. What they are gonna be able to deliver here, as they are pressing up in to the next round onwards. And looks like there's a big presence over towards the seaside of things. For now, at least. They are still technically splitting things up, but very curious to see how the rest of things go. As already Booming's down. They're ready to try and test the patience there, and it was effective for Chubby Penguin.
Yeah, beautiful shot coming out. Discipline from Chubby Penguin. Now, BkWhatOCE, Sean and Tax, what do they do to pick the pieces up of a round that's kind of already gone by the wayside? Just off 1-2 quick picks. Nami able to pick up BkWhatOCE there towards B main. C-Mound attempted to be taken.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
dropped. Over towards main. Killer Bean. We'll be picking up another. Sean take it out. And Tax, what do you do in this situation? We'll be able to get the spike at least, but we'll be chased down by the entirety, it feels like, a Macquarie. Another round, this time flawless, going to Macquarie's side, and that's what you want going into that second round, right? Against just pistols out of the side of Swinburne, you can't really afford to give up any of those guns, especially those outlaws that are very dangerous going into a round like this. But Swinburne, it's a purchase, and hopefully looking to shake off a rough start.
Yeah, hopefully they are going to be able to shake off those jitters there. You know, definitely not great to be faced with those kinds of situations, especially at this point in time, Tone. So, very keen and curious, I suppose, to see what they are going to be able to cook up in the lab here. Yeah, they've been rough, but you know what? And there's a will, there's a way, and we'll see how it goes as we are flowing our way over to A. And already Sean gets the opening there. Ooh, Killer Bean, nice shot, but it can't get it done in the end. So Swinburne really starting to turn things around here.
Spike plane goes down for a fight. Sean once again. Aggressive fight to be taken towards the stairs here, and Kakashi at the range with the sheriff. We'll pop out the gate crash. Trying to find a gun, but that gun's dropped towards stairs, far away from where you can reach it. Two plays towards tree angle, and it is going to be Tax and Chlorophyte. Oh, Tax is quite low. Vandal has been picked up here by Kakashi. Bam onto the box. He saw Chlorophyte cross. It is going to be Booming as well, playing the far back angle. Chlorophyte for the close one. Kakashi taken out. Round goes to Swinburne. And, unfortunate. I was going to say that's kind of that's the burden of not having the full investment now going into this round. They will. But, strong shots from Kakashi, so it's still looking good for Macquarie.
Yeah, still looking good. Still looking great even from them there. And we'll see if they are going to be able to bring some pain into this round as they hold back for a moment here. Just looking to prepare themselves for the storm, for the trouble ahead. And let's see. What is it going to be unveiled, unleashed even, on the other side of this?
Yeah, it's Very interesting. I was going to say, we've so far seen, for both of these teams, it's just been a lot of A and C control. Nobody really wants to play on B, especially, I guess, if you're the attacking side, right? It's kind of very hard to hold for in some of those off angles. You can get cleared very, very quickly, especially with all the utility as well that comes to play here. Or the side of Macquarie, you know, you got good neon flash or two that comes bouncing across the walls. You got fade utility, you got Vise flashes, got Omen flashes as well. Just everything could be thrown here on the retake. So I definitely have to give Swinburne credit in that sense as well, identifying that B's just not for them.
Yeah, and it's good that they can play into, I guess, what they believe in and where their strength lies. You know, if they know that one of those sides ain't going to work for them, at least they have other options there. You know, they can try and play upon that. But I mean, when your opponent identifies that there's going to be such limited pathways for you, it kind of does shake it up a bit, because they might be able to reallocate their own defenses around that, right? Because if they know that you're going to have little to no focus towards B, then maybe they put more numbers in between. Maybe they put more numbers on like A or C instead. You know, I think that there's definitely room for concern. But obviously there's going to be ways around a lot of different outcomes here. So very curious to see what that's all going to look like, Tone, once we get to the other side of this one.
Yeah, of course, just a quick tech issue getting sorted out. But yeah, I was going to say a lot of... I've seen a lot of back and forth. I definitely, I guess, wasn't expecting this. I definitely felt like, at least on paper, Macquarie looked a little bit stronger. You know, they had a little bit of a rougher kind of game last week. They had to fight tooth and nail to get that one across the board. And as well, for the likes of Swinburne, still, I believe, currently at a deficit in terms of no victories here. So they're looking for their first to put on the board. And, well, they're playing like it. I was going to say, BkWhatOCE has definitely impressed me so far on this jet, playing very aggressive and very, I was going to say, frontward, making the space for the rest of the team to kind of take it from there. But, you know, it's interesting as well looking at the comps, right? We've got a little bit of a difference in terms of the smoke play here. You know, Viper compared to Omen, I feel like Viper, as we said, kind of fills a pseudo-sentinel role a little bit. So it looked definitely a lot better for Swinburne to start the defense side with the fact that they've got the Viper. But now my credit goes to Macquarie, because they've got a little bit more utility to play with the Omen. Of course, as we said, the smokes and the Shrouded Steps as well from the shadows could look really good for a quick retake and quick rotate here from the side of Macquarie. So difference a little bit slightly in the comps. I was going to say, of course, still have a lot of the same kind of stock standard picks that you expect. Vi's very much a tried and trusted one here on Lotus. So I was going to say Tax and as well Chubby Penguin have been performing pretty admirably on that Vi's, to say the least.
Yeah, it's great to see, you know, the power or the potential tapped into with all the various different agents there. You know, Vice, obviously one of the newer ones. I think they've got the Razor Vine, which is definitely, you know, pretty solid to, I guess, take some control there, you know, in that pre or post plant situation. Like, definitely good to see that yeah, they can use the kit effectively is what I'm trying to say there. So love to see it. You know, great to see the Steel Garden getting activated. Like, everything's just looking pretty solid. You know, the utility speaks for itself there, and it's definitely been making waves or delivering positive results. So keen to see what else will be on the horizon out of this one, Tone. You know, obviously an agent can be pretty awesome, but then there's also other ones which you have to complement it with, like how we're seeing the Yoru today. You know, I like the use of the fake out. We've already seen players fall for that time and time again before. You know, there's been some good shots coming through that one, and keen to see what else comes through here. There we go. There's our clone coming out. Fake out coming in.
And immediate teleport. Quarry taking some rebel control early on. And, you know, you spoke about the difference in terms of the agents and how they come to play. I was going to say, kind of using the Neon like a pseudo-raise in a way. You normally see a raise paired with a fade, and it's quite a chaotic duo to deal with. As we see, Swinburne taking control of the site, still have not secured the plant for the moment. Glorified going to be playing that one once again towards the back of the stairs. playing away from that waterfall angle. That's such a hard fight to take. And then you see Macquarie walk up on a height that Glorifight's expected. Booming will drop off. 5v3 for the post here. This is good now for the side of Swinburne. And trades come out. BkWhatOCE for another. 8 all tied up here for Swinburne.
That's it. All tied up. 8 apiece right now, my man. We are getting straight into it. And a timeout will be coming through for now. So, keen to see what's on the other side of this one. I think that there's definitely good times ahead. But obviously, they just need a moment to compose themselves here before they continue with the siege ahead of them. So, keen to see how they can take that one on once we do get to the other side of this. But I think it is important to take these moments to reflect on the series, how it's gone so far, and to try and see if they can find that win condition in order to get them one step further.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting going into this this next round. Of course, Macquarie calling for a timeout, thinking I guess towards the future, right? Because we've only got Guardian Regen shield here for Nami, Vandalful shield here for Kakashi, and good timeout gone. It looks good if you're seeing Macquarie kind of push towards that tactical timeout. They're starting to second guess themselves, maybe. And as well, if you Swinburne, that's a confidence builder, right? You're like, okay, they're starting to feel a little bit shaky. We can just continue to do what we do, and it will pay off. For Macquarie, it's like, okay, how do we adapt here? How do we deal with this kind of pronged approach that Swinburne have been going for so far on this attack side?
Yeah, just going to have to get rid of the prongs, aren't they? You know, find a way to slice through them and see
Retrieving flash.
what they can do getting forward. But gonna be a big focus over through towards mid and or venturing over towards C for that matter. So, ooh, Choi, big patience there. Just holding. They're playing games on that angle. Dangerous games. They just keep going. They aren't giving it up. Ooh, trades will come out eventually though.
Aggressive off angle being held there from Nami. Aggressive fight to be taking towards Rubble for both these Macquarie players, but can't really blame them. Weaponry disadvantage. Great paranoia coming out. Shrouded Step gets Nami out to safety, but of course is being marked currently by the Fade, so they know exactly where Nami is, but Booming still loses it out. BkWhatOCE, quick. Sorry, that's Glorified, not BkWhatOCE. Not far behind though. He's checking for behind Kakashi, trying to get a quick flank in, and now 25 seconds to make a move. Swinburne over towards C. They'll look to attempt to go, but of course they're going to have to deal with Chubby Penguin. Quick on this rotate. Thorns up, activated now. 15 seconds. They need to make a move on Chubby Penguin. Is just going to hide and wait for the tap. They have to be vigilant here. Plant will go down. BkWhatOCE has been spotted. Fast lane covers. That actually helps. Like Swinburne get that spike down, and it will be 2 from Tax. Pick up 9. A bit of a miscommunication maybe from Macquarie. That retake doesn't happen.
Now we wait. Retrieving wall.
Not going to be able to take it there, Mr. Tony. But we'll see what they can do heading into this next one now. You know, taking 3 rounds in a row, going to be a pretty solid way to bring yourselves back into the mix here, back into the fold. But we'll see. They are going to be able to maintain that confidence, maintain that pacing into the next round ahead of us. As we hold back for a second. Good shot from Booming there, straight through. And they get the player advantage. They're looking for more as well, but Macquarie are doing a really exceptional job of just holding back for the moment.
Ooh, Kakashi though. As they see the door swing, they'll look to take the fight. BkWhatOCE, quick trade back onto Kakashi though. An advantage here for Swinburne. I don't want to look to let it slip. We see Tax looking to rotate over towards the C site with Glorified. Flash comes out here from the Vise, and Chubby Penguin. Once again, probably the first to rotate over. Sheer was triggered.
Retrieving flash.
A few of them.
Rip and tear.
Our jam for the moment slowed up.
Burns our lives.
Axe will set up a little bit of utility here for the plant. Or if I once again able to get that one down. Once again, post plant very important here for Macquarie. They have to take it slow.
Slow as can be. We'll see if they are going to be able to break up free into this one, Tone. They hold it back for the second. Ooh, big shots, but Killer Bean prevails. Traded out immediately. Nami ahead of this one, though. 2v2 situation. BkWhatOCE ready for the shots.
Player standing.
Ooh, does get it through. Shot over the top. Oh, they've dashed away. Good timing on that one. They're sticking out the defuse. BkWhatOCE, you have to peek. Oh, they do catch them just as they made it.
Ooh.
Then it gets done. Oh, that was a close one, Tone.
A very close one indeed, BkWhatOCE. I was starting to worry. As you said, you need a peek in that situation because the stick was coming through from Macquarie. And down to the wire there, the Swinburne able to get it across the mark. And now ultimates start to come online for a few players. Tax, BkWhatOCE, Sean all have those ones available. Nami and Kakashi, though, we will have the Dimensional Drift available for Kakashi, so I imagine we're going to be seeing a very aggressive Macquarie. And, BkWhatOCE was spotted off rip. Outlaw, because he knows it's against a little bit of a weak to buy and will peek. Take out Chase Atlantic early on.
That's it. Solid start to the round there. We'll see if they are going to be able to take advantage of this cover here.
Thorns activated.
Get a bit more from it. Just holding it for the moment, just outside C main, outside B main as well. You know, just being patient. Patience pays off. Trade coming out though. So we'll see if Swinburne can maintain control of this or otherwise get ahead of it one way or another here. They are starting to really stroll their way over towards the C side here. It could turn into a nasty battle ahead. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, great discipline, I was going to say there, from Booming, checking behind them. Knowing that Nami's probably going to get aggressive through that smoke to try and retrieve the gun. They juggled it away. The Outlaws dropped next to the door. Not retrievable for Kakashi, either stuck to the stinger. BkWhatOCE in the off angle here. She's going to play bait and switch there with Glorify. And it's another triple for BkWhatOCE. It's another round going to Swinburne. Starting to appear on the victory lap here and charging up those ultimates. Now have one more to the board. Going to be Booming with the From the Shadows. And for the side of Macquarie, still a purchase. Still ultimates online. Need to see them try to fight that main peak a little bit more aggressively because BkWhatOCE was able to take it and then just fall back to safety.
Yeah, they definitely did take advantage of it, you know, getting back into a safe position, but looks like we've got From the Shadows immediate activation there. Nami going to be able to kick off strong. Trey's already coming out though. Booming going to be the one ahead of it right now. Paranoia comes out. Clear the path. Booming. Ready. Trades it out. Sean as well now. One player standing. 11-8, and it could be 12 in just a moment.
It could be 12. Joey Penguin immediately slowed on the rip, though. We'll take out Sean. Has to fight against Tax, though, to the close range. Misses that initial pre-fire and will get taken out. Beautiful use of the From the Shadows there for Booming. Straight towards stairs and straight behind enemy lines, Macquarie. And they weren't expecting it. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. Swinburne now match point.
That's it. All they need is one more, Mr. Tone. So keen to see how they try and zone this one in, or whether it could be the return of Macquarie here. Definitely going to be quite the endeavor ahead. BkWhatOCE already bringing out the Blade Storm. Ooh, not going to be able to lock down the kill though, so that's going to be an issue. Already, Chubby Penguin driving it through, up by one. Can they make it? Two. No, they cannot. As the comeback from Swinburne is just too tremendous, and we're on for 3v2 here.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Make it 1v1 now. All of a sudden, Spike has dropped Steam Mound. Nami versus Sean for the game potentially here. Nami going to be clearing towards spawn. Sean just going to be clearing every single off angle. Spike's retrievable. Good timing, well. Spike's picked up. Shorty. Going to be playing on top of smoke from Nami. And opts to play a potential fake there towards stairs. Sean's got plenty of time to work with. Nami knows that they can just wait. Hear the plant come through.
30 seconds left.
Hyper Orb goes up again. Sean will look to attempt to stick the spike this time.
Here we go. Oh, and there it is. Great stuff coming out from Sean and Co there. They are able to take the show into their favor. A grand first map, and very eager to see how things play out heading into the later stages of the evening. But while we get things set up, everybody, we are going to head to a quick break. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series here for Valorant. And without further ado, let me bring this one to you. It's Sean.
What's up, guys?
Much. Welcome in. Really great game from you guys there, honestly. And I'm curious, like, how you guys managed to, I guess, push the momentum there. You know, it seemed like a very neck and neck endeavor. What do you feel like was the turning point for you guys to really push it over?
Yeah, I think that game was really close till the end, like you guys were saying. I think we had a lot of hero plays. I think Tax did really well in his lurks, and I think he got a lot of big kills. And also the vibe was pretty high. I don't think we like kind of let the pressure get to us. It was more just like, oh, you know, like we're just here to have fun. Like even if we win or lose, it doesn't really matter. Just want to play for fun. So yeah, glad we won.
Yeah, I was going to say, congratulations, you guys. I want to pick your brain a little bit. I was going to say, you guys opted to run the double smokes, Omen and Viper. Kind of talk me through that one. Is it probably playing for a little bit more space on a map like Lotus, or what's the call like?
I think just in terms of comfort, that was really big thing. We don't scrim or prac at all, so I think comfort's a really big thing. But yeah, again, I think the control is really good. Like the Viper brings a lot more stability in terms of anchoring. You and the Vice can sort of like rotate and switch, and it brings a bit more like flexibility on what you can do. And plus, like you would have seen on like the A fights, every time I cycle my wall up or like once or twice, I'd like throw a fade eye or a fade dog or some utility. So it was just like, yeah, just waste util out of them, especially when they're playing such like a util heavy comp.
No, great to see you guys were able to really kick off there and take a lot of control. And yeah, very eager to see what else is going to be on the horizon. But I guess speaking on the horizon, you know, thinking about the big smoke comps that you managed to utilize today, do you feel like there might be some alternative agents that we could see come into the mix there as well? You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. If my Jet knows how to play anything else other than Jet, yeah, that'd be good. But no, he's insane, so it doesn't matter. But like, yeah, I think there's a couple of changes. But yeah, honestly, it was just like more as like I wanted to play Viper, and I just chose Viper, and that was pretty much it. So that was pretty much how it went, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, nah, that's really good. Maybe you need to send Jet on a holiday, you know, to get some other agents into the pool.
I'm down.
Yeah, that's right. No, so good. All right, cool. So thanks so much for jumping in with us, Sean. It's been great. Really good win from you guys.
Thanks again. Appreciate it, guys.
Best of luck for the coming weeks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. There you go. So good stuff coming at you there. As always, Tony. Love to see it. And keen to see more of the good vibes that are coming through from the interviews in our future series as well. Speaking of, you know, we got other games on the horizon tonight. You know, we've got other games. Can you believe it?
More games?
Yeah.
Already felt like we. I was going to say, as you said, it went close in that last one, and it's been a millennia. But of course, UTS taking on RMIT. For this next one, it is going to be Turret, Neon, Vent, Billy, and Deathblade. On the side of RMIT, it's Uncle Jad, Jack, Zenji, Joom, and Midgen. And I was going to say, this is an interesting one, Matt, because I have faith in RMIT, but they're towards the bottom at the moment. And I was going to say, there's a lot of things just not going right for them. I was going to say UTS have looked very impressive as well. Turkish Turret we spoke to, I believe, in a previous week, and he said, yeah, just a lot of confidence, a lot of comfort picks is, I guess, the key term that we always taken away from some of these interviews. And UTS have looked very good going into, you know, the later stages of this tournament.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there, Tony. I think they've looked pretty solid, honestly, the whole way through. But RMIT, you know, I'm hopeful for their sake as well that they might be able to spring something through, spring the trap even. And it looks like Lotus is going to be the place to spring it. So, wow, we're got the War of the Flowers here tonight, Tony. It's just all the flower map. There you go.
I feel like we're in old England.
Yeah.
War of the Roses going on right now here on Lotus, it would seem.
Yeah. Gosh. Mate, hopefully they stop at 2. You know, hopefully it's only going to be 2-time Lotus tonight.
All nature.
Yeah?
All nature.
Yeah. I want Corrode.
I want Corrode. Please. I beg. But going into picks, I'm curious to see whether we'll see a lot of similar compositions. I was going to say definitely going to expect the Vise, very much tried and trusted. Fade as well, already being hovered here by UTS. RMIT, they're thinking a few different things. Midgen's hovering this Sage right now. I don't think we've seen all too much Sage on Lotus recently. I don't mind a pick like that. Kind of gives you a little bit more to work with. Neon locking in the Rays. So we're going to be seeing the Fade Rays, I imagine, this time around. Not the Neon Rays that we saw in that last map. Oh, Neon Fade, sorry.
Yeah. No, interesting to see the change up, I guess, coming into this one. And, you know, it's great to see that we've got players who are looking to really take advantage of their strengths here. You know, I like to see the Rays come through. It's always been a staple duelist coming in since the inception of Val. So you get to see how they can deliver something more from this one. Phoenix being hovered there as well. Maybe we get the hot hands coming in. Here we go. It's going to be locked down, so run it back. Okay. It's a bit different tone. You don't see Phoenix all that often anymore, so great to see that they're able to take advantage of that one, you know. We'll see if it works out for them. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if it pays off. I was going to say Phoenix is an interesting one in the meta at the moment. Normally we see you know, your Neons, your Jets, especially yours, that last map. But Phoenix is an interesting one. I was going to say kind of a little bit more utility-focused kind of duelist, as we see out of some of the Neon players. But they're rocking the Neon and the Phoenix. So a lot of util being brought to the table here for the side of RMIT as well. Picking up the Clove instead of the Omen. And it should be interesting. A little bit of a difference in comps once again. I was going to say not playing the same stuff.
Yeah, it's great to see that there's a bit of diversity, I suppose, and eager to see how things go. But let's see what is going to be unfolding here tonight as we get into the first round of combat. Orb already going to be picked up there, so great to see that one on top for Uncle Jad there. Going to really play positively with the Phoenix. Trades already are going to be engaged into the match here, and the Turkish turret will fall. So RMIT up top for now.
And Joom catching a player, getting aggressive there. They're also going to be catching the Fade. Zenji making a part two on the door rotation there. UTS, interesting defense round to play out there. The pistol getting very aggressive and trying to maybe catch RMIT on a quick flank, but they're ready for it. Two from June, two from Zenji. Means that we got a few more credits to spare than the rest of them. Guardian out for Jack. Bit of an aggressive purchase to be making early on, but gonna be playing the range, I imagine. On for the Sheriff. And well, unfortunate start for UTS, but still plenty more to play out.
Plenty more to play out, plenty more to see here. Shots already coming through. Trades are going to be on the horizon. So, decent beginning. Let's see if they can spin it through towards the end here. Oh, they're taking a bit of hurt. No matter where they go, the util is just there to follow. So, to see who's going to be able to find a 3v2 situation right now. And it's getting better and better by the second. Imagine looking to lock down this bike plant, though. Definitely puts a thorn in the side for UTS here. Let's see if they are going to be able to clutch it out, bring it back into this one, because they only have a limited amount of time remaining at this stage. So they have to really get cracking here.
A little bait and switch here. Midgen's Zenji towards Tree. Midgen taking first point of contact. Zenji going to be tossing out the Fade Haunts. The info. Turkish turret kind of stuck in a little bit of a rough spot. We'll be able to find Jack and Midgen. And looking for another, but you can see Zenji is looking to play ring around a Rosie. Wrap on for the knife in the back. Turkish turret taken out. Second round to RMIT, but yeah, I don't think they were expecting that one to go down to a knife fight. Yeah,
I don't think they were expecting that either. But you know what? when the knife comes out, it's always going to be a fun time. So great to see that they did manage to capitalize in the end there and go for glory. So we'll see what things are going to look like heading into round number 3 now, as the fall buy is activated from UTS, so they are going to be trying to bring themselves back into this one. But we'll see if they are going to get that opportunity.
Getting aggressive through the door. Vent is not cleared out for the moment. Their teammate was. Jack was able to trade it out. Sheriff spamming away with the bullets. Quick rotation coming through from the Fade and Philly. They try to stop the C-Take from coming in. Midgen's a little bit too early to the party. The rest of them didn't opt to peek. Same time, 203 Neon on the backstab, on the flank, pops the paint shells at the feet of Zenji. Philly will take out Joom, and that is round picked up. UTS playing aggressive towards C-Mound, and RMIT didn't opt to move all too much.
No, they really didn't. Like, they were just kind of stationary for a lot of the time there, weren't they? And yeah, I guess we'll see if they're going to be a bit more present heading into round 4 ahead of us now, because obviously you've got to stay on your toes, you know. We'll see what they are going to be able to do now, though, as the focus is towards A for now, with a couple on the lurk towards mid and C. But the majority of players are going A. Let's see if they are going to be able to creep up through main here, or they've swung it back. Boombot doesn't catch anyone there, so decent beginning. They're avoiding the utility and not giving any information, keeping it concealed, hidden even.
Philly Neon close. Flash doesn't come out, just a double swing line up there for Neon and Philly. We do have the rest of RMIT attempting to retake space elsewhere. The Vice wall goes up though. Turkish turret can just sit and wait. Pop that one when needed. Run it back. Out for Jack, trying to get out. The crossfire there from Preggy. Philly there as well. Vice wall goes up and they're trapped once again in Mound. Nothing really they can do but try to fight the fights out. Jack will be able to take out Philly. Preggy drops the spike. And they need to still be careful. The Vice is still there. Turkish turret will fall to safety. Gets some good tags on the Jack. Whips out the pistol, but Jack turns around, takes out Neon. 1 versus 1 now. Out of bullets now. Pulls out the classic jump right click around the corner. And Zenji will lose life to Turkish turret. It's another round to UTS. Once again, RMIT getting trapped in C-Mound and just not opting to do anything about it.
There. We'll catch them.
Prowler, short fused. Here comes the party. Going to be clearing the close corner, but Uncle Chad is able to trade it at least a little bit back. Turkish turrets all the way in spawn, and they're pushing on before they can even get out through lobby. It's going to be a Preggy falling back to the safety event. 2 players now stuck towards the rubble, trying to get towards door. Yeah, their way on the 8. They can safely cross if they try to, but it isn't going to matter. Vent and Preggy are there to pounce. His 3rd round at UTS, and I hate to be the harp here, Matt, but once again, RMIT just kind of getting stuck in spots they should maybe look to rotate out of.
I got the spike. Peeking. Drop in a smoke. Spike planted. My
Like
ult
goes
is ready.
down. Joom now has ultimate available. So second life granted here to RMIT. Joom's got 2 to play with. Pseudo 2 versus 2. Reggie and Vent going together. Be popping the Nightfall. Very interesting approach to go for. Joom just going to be playing back towards C Hall here. It's all the freedom of space. Smoke goes up here on the Jet. He's going to be playing up on the high ground. But back like they never left. Joom is going to go towards the low ground. The Preggy will take it out. That's 3 for the fade. And hits another round. 3 in a row for UTS.
Save the day.
And Joom, I was going to say, have that second life and look to play with it. But beautiful swing from a Preggy, knowing immediately the situation at hand. And unfortunately, RMIT dropping yet another round here.
Yeah, not going to be in the best spot, are they? You know, dropping round after round 4 in a row now, Tony. Like, they won the opening 2, but that's all that they've really been able to garner. It's kind of insane, you know, and they're going to be feeling it. Like, the more that these rounds start to pile up, the worse it could be for RMIT. So maybe a timeout wouldn't be off the cards for them, you know, to take a moment to compose themselves. But at the end of the day, that is going to be their decision. So we'll see what they can do, as they're already looking good for a few.
Prowler. Clear out the close corner. Midget. Fighting for the space. Primary jam for Philly. Doesn't matter, though. Turkish turret here, quick on the approach. Well, Zenchi going to be checking towards the flank here. Important shot to miss there from Bent, though. Now A-Site's free for the taking. Jack's all the way deep, pushed into spawn just outside of B Heaven. The player's going to go towards the vent for the retake. Reggie down at 1 HP. This is going to be up to Philly, really. Make some magic happen. Door was popped. Joom is going to go for an aggressive swing. They know that Zenji's rubble because they know that's the player pushed all the way out. The haunt goes through. Spots of Zenji. Do they know Jack's there? Ready to pounce. Reggie taking Philly trade. Down for the 1 versus 1. Philly will tap a smite. And a spoke on towards that spike, and Zenji's got no idea. Didn't hear the tap. Pulls out the classic, and Philly will win it out. The 1 versus 1. Beautiful play there from Philly.
Couldn't agree more, Tony. Really great play coming out from them. You know, they managed to clutch it out for their team, and they continue the hot streak coming out. So definitely going to be keeping themselves solid here. You know, they've got, 3 ultimates available. So utility looking great in that aspect as well. And yeah, RMIT only going to have a couple, albeit they are aggressive ultimates. So definitely keen to see how that goes. But regardless, time to get into the round ahead of us here and see who we might be able to catch off before things get out of hand. But Turkish turret, solid position here. They're going to have to push straight into it around the mound. Ooh, dish now, bit of utility there. Time to get shots through. The spray is going absolutely nowhere. At least no vent is it making them repent. We'll see if they are going to be spent in a second. They try and push even more. There you go, Torrent. It's a clean one coming at you from UTS.
Yeah, I was going to say, interesting aggressive angle to be taking there from Turkish turret over towards the left side of mound. Normally we see a lot of teams, they put one behind the mound, and then of course you've got a player just kind of jiggling towards main, but you know, that could have been something if Turkish turret tucked in that corner, but smart call to back off towards the mound there and just play with Vent. And Vent, beautiful shots. I was going to say, not easy ones to hit by any stretch of the imagination, and you know, seems to be a jet buff tonight going on here for these two teams and the last two teams that we just saw. 6-2. So, man, UTS coming out to a flying start. This is what I was expecting. I was going to say from our last game, especially the way that Swinburne were playing. yeah, it kind of fell away very quickly. They're able to get it back here. My question is, do we see RMIT get their run back? They feel like they're funneled into a lot of plays that they probably don't want to make, right? They're, as I spoke on early, they just get stuck towards mains, and there's no really flexibility. There's no mid-rounding call to kind of get them out of that rut. And that's when you've seen the rounds that UTS kind of just abuse. They put all their numbers over towards that site, and that's where the round ends. And I was going to say, we need to see a little bit more depth out of RMIT going into the later stage of this half if they want to run it back.
Yeah, I can agree, Tony. I think there definitely needs to be a bit more depth, a bit more presence even coming out of this one. And yeah, I'm eager to see if they are going to be able to put the work in to get there. Run it back, be online here, bringing in a bit more as well, trying to face the fears and they get things geared up. We'll see if they are going to be good for it, as they haven't really gotten too much out of those ultimates yet, have they? Like, it doesn't feel like it anyway.
Yeah, they I guess they sent them packing, but UTS just kind of played out the time, and you can see RMIT, the cogs are starting to turn a little bit. They tried to back off and fake like they were going elsewhere, but you can see that UTS aren't really fooled by that one. They've got a crossfire perfectly set up there. The blast pack got shot out before it could even go off and even detonate. And here comes the party. The showstopper popped on top of the Prowler. Beautiful combination of ultimates and beautiful combination of utility. Flawless round, UTS. Again, Matt, they got funneled into just going C, and I thought it was like, okay, they're starting to back off. They could go elsewhere because they drew all the rotation. And UTS weren't looking to budge, and they didn't have to. Beautiful, beautiful play once again. Spinning that cake beautifully is Philly.
Yeah, I'd love to see little fun bits in the game like that, Tony, you know? Just novelty items, let's say. Always a bit of fun. If only they could throw the cake. I think that would make that even better, you know? They do their best, what is it called? Stephen Aoki impression, you know? And, yeah, throw them cakes. We'll get good stuff coming out already, though. Midgen are going to go down there, and we'll see. They are going to be able to cook up another kill or two. The trades will come through. UTS still on top of it for the moment, but maybe not for too long. Jack with a blind there, and going to be left behind as well. So, Vent trying their best to do more, will be punished immediately. Goodbye, Blades. Goodbye, Vent. And it's a 2v2 now, but you can see the pacing of the round is slowed. But that could get quicker and quicker before you know it.
Yeah, Philly just teleporting on top of the fade and winning that one out. Unfortunate. And I feel like that's been the storyline for RMIT. So many rounds have just been so unfortunate to see. But, well played, Turkish Turret. Philly winning out that 2 versus 2 there. 8 rounds to, the 2 that RMIT found early. This has been 8 straight here from UTS, and no signs of stopping. They have the Nightfall from the Shadows as well, available for Philly, who's now feeling very confident, and some would say overconfident. Uncle Chad's going to put him down in his place.
That's it, going to be put in their place there, ready to clear some space here, and let's see, Tony. Now they are going to go. The nightmare begins. But as quickly put it to an end. So UTS just trying to stick it out for the moment. Ooh, here we go. Doom goes down. Trade coming out on the Turkish turret though. Jack out of here. So far so good. There we go. Doom's down again. Not going to be able to take advantage of that any longer. And bad timing there. It works out. RMIT going to be happy with that.
Yeah, huge round, Uncle Chad. Big 4K. Second last round before the switch. Now the last round before the switch, yeah. RMIT. Ideally, they're looking for 4. And for UTS, ideally, they want 9. And then we go to pistol. UTS can kind of roll it through from there. But of course, over-aggression is the key note to make there that round. And interesting that we got to see somebody take B. RMIT just kind of walked up with a Neon. Then, still being a menace with this operator. Quick pick on the midget. We'll fall back to Link. Doesn't spot Uncle Jad. Smoking the way. But early start, once again, UTS. Still feeling confident.
Yeah, still feeling good, and might get even better in a second. Neon switched on at the moment, activating just like the satchels right now. Looking to see if they can catch any more rogue players around the bend. Neon again delivering killing blow after killing blow. And Bent will be the one to close it. So, RMIT getting left behind into this one. And it's dangerous waters going forward.
Yeah, dangerous waters. 9-3. Staring down. If UTS keep this up, potentially 10, 11, 12, it could be done before we know it. RMIT going to have to dig deep. And piss around's where it starts. You're going to be seeing them going to be playing for the same aggression towards Rubble that we saw from the likes of UTS on their defense. And thinking about their options right now, I was going to say UTS aren't really funneled into anything. You can slow it down in the pistol. Kind of feel it out. Uncle Chad picking up space on Rubble.
Yeah, picking it up and looking to see if they can lock something down here. They're just going to be holding it out. Big damage has been taken, though, whilst they try and conquer these uncharted lands here. But see, it's going to be able to first killing blow out of this one. Neon already in a bit of trouble, but that can change very, very quickly. We'll see which team makes the first move here. Let's see what they can do. Coming into it, Midget are going to be going down there. Neon going to be shut down as well. Trades going over the top. Solid stuff coming into this one, and we'll see what they are going to be able to do going forward. A plant on its way. RMIT, 2 players remain. And will they be able to fight back here? UTS press them against the wall. They fall. Doom is out. It's 1 player remaining here. Jack is going to be on a track. And let's see how they go. Coming in to next round here. 10-3 is going to be the scoreline at this point, and very excited to see how they are going to be able to clean this one up. You know, I think that there's some great potential out of this. You know, I think that UTS have placed themselves in a fantastic position, and I am so excited to see what they can do getting into round 14 now, I suppose, into this endeavor. If UTS win another round here, it definitely cleans the path up, and already they are just wiping things out. Crazy stuff coming through there. It's just so good. And let's see if they can manage to find more in the rest of this round.
Yeah, this is just flexing their muscles right now. UTS just getting in the face. Stinger, Midget, Neon is able to trade out Uncle Chad. It's left to Midget. That Stinger retrieve, spike down, and 3 versus 1. Feels like an important one to win out because they forced into this one with the Stingers. Gonna be walking through towards stairs here. That is going to be Neon playing aggressive forward-facing angle towards stairs. We'll win it out. 11 rounds, UTS, and taking control A. And really flexing their muscles. And on the victory lap here, it would seem, Matt, will see what RMIT have left at their disposal. It'll be a Bucky once again for Uncle Jad. No ultimates anywhere near to coming up here, so they're going to have to pull a rabbit out of that magician's hat to really find anything here.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to find the golden rabbit, I suppose. to take that magic into their favor, because they're going to have to beat their own bona fide Houdini. Oh my gosh. And Neon is a meanie. Takes away that one. A nice shot there. We'll see if they can grant another wish. Yes, they can. Maybe they're a genie. But they will go down in the end.
They'll go down, but for the next trick is Vent coming through. Aggressive as ever. And Jack immediately taken out. Once again, it's another pick from Vent. 3 in the blades. One away from coming up. And it's match point. Very dominant here for UTS in their game against RMIT right now. And yeah, as I said, credit's not the best. It's going to be a judge for Uncle Jad. Guardian here for Midget. Jack with a Vandal Light Shield. Early one really with a full buy is technically Zenji. And you can see potentially looking to close it out strong here. Just aggressive A rubble control going to be taken. Teleport across. It's up to Uncle Jad. The only one really over towards his A site to hold.
Let's see what they can gather from here, Mr. Tony. Oh, showstopper! That could be the perfect way to end it here. Jump in, no value found, but at least they can aggressively clear space. So, let's see if they are going to be able to succeed. Midget, great start there, finds a Pregi. Traded out by Philly there. And delivered by Neon and Van. Oh, they're doubling down on it though. Jack going to be on track here. Perhaps they could get something else out of this one. Oh, the fire's too much. Poor oh, the blade comes out. Flash comes in, and it is all good. Oh my goodness. What a round that was, Tony. RMIT, they managed to bounce back.
Yeah, huge clutch from Jack. It always got pear-shaped there, but a well-timed curveball actually stops that one from happening. Vent gonna came away with an absolute howler to close the game out, but still, guns, Bucky here for Neon. All right, we're gonna close it out in style potentially. UTS though, a little bit more of a healthier bite. A few more Guardians in play. We're gonna be seeing Jack get aggressive towards the mound, trying to take some control, but nobody's there to help him out. So Jack's kind of fighting this fight alone over on top of the mound. It is gonna be Vent to come barreling over the top with a Vandal. It's another shot. It's Neon bouncing around with this Bucky. Bombot through to Waterfall. Quick flake coming in from Uncle Jad. It's being held for right now. Philly has spotted. Plant will go down in the meantime. Last lane goes up. Uncle Jad's out of there.
They are out of there, and they are bringing up the flare here. We'll see if they can find more. Ooh, nice fadeaway shot coming in that one. Going to be traded out every which direction. Onwards to the 2v2 now. And there's more to be done here. As they claw it out. Philly prime position. Shot down, but no! It's going to be 1v1. The show's not over till it's over.
The spike's too far ticked though.
You have got to be kidding.
Turkish Turret is just going to be playing for the time. Zenji will see their efforts in vain, and we'll see UTS taking home 13-4. A blowout map here on Lotus, and not what I was expecting. RMIT had a little bit of bite to them to start that one off, but then it just all fell apart, and it was everybody outperforming expectations. I was going to say Turkish Turret had some big rounds, a Pregi as well, Philly, as well the double duelist Neon Vent. A ever-looming force, 8 first bloods between the pair, and 42 kills as well, Matt. So some impressive stuff from the duelists, impressive stuff from UTS.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more there, Tony. I definitely feel like they put in good strides into that series. You know, I thought maybe we might see a bit of a bounce back towards the end there, especially considering the way that the second last round was clutched out. But obviously, you know, you got to find that consistency in order to take advantage of those bits of momentum shifters or, like, you know, bits of pacing that you can gain there. So unfortunate, but they do manage to take control. So UTS are definitely going to be feeling very happy with themselves after a series like that one. You know, it shows they've got that composure. They're not going to be phased by it too much, really, whatsoever. Like, they play the game how they like, and it works. So yeah, very impressed with how they've managed to keep it together, I suppose, Tone, and keen to see what else is going to be on the way through here. You know, whether it's going to be a bit more Lotus action, whether it's going to be Corrode finally. Nah, a man can dream. A man can dream. Yeah, you know. I wish for OTs and I wish for Corrodes, Tony, and you know, my wishes just aren't coming true.
You always said OT last week, so you know, your dreams are always coming to fruition here. But yeah, I don't think we'll, I guess, be seeing Corrode. I was going to say all of our interviews. I feel like no one really likes to play that map. It's been permabanned first time, I believe, most of our series, and it's going to be an interesting one, of course, going into the future weeks.
That's it, and it's going to be interesting to see our interview right now with Turkish Turret.
Guys, it's the Turkish Turret.
That it is. Welcome in, mate. We've been expecting you, and what a pleasure it is to have you on board here tonight. A really great series coming out from you guys. Like overall, you know, I think that you guys just were super consistent the whole way. I was getting a bit worried that maybe we might see a bit of momentum shift towards the end there, but I guess, yeah, what's the big core factor that really helped you guys just drill your way through that series?
We just kind of just played, you know. We didn't really have a game plan going in. We just shoot. Yeah.
Just shoot. Well, you guys did. I was gonna say, very much impressed with the utility placement. I was gonna pick your brain a little bit. Raise and fade. I was gonna say, how was the communication like? I was gonna say there was a lot of good util placement, and I guess I want to pick your brain a little bit how the comms went for that one.
Yeah, there wasn't really any comms going on. I can't really lie. It was just like, yeah, let's do this, and then we just did it. I think we're all just mates, so we kind of just play off each other. We know how to play with each other, so yeah.
No, great to see that synergy shining through, you know, super duper brightly there. And I guess heading towards the rest of the season, do you feel like the games are going to remain, you know, pretty confident, good vibes from the whole roster? Like, do you think there might be any changes you might need to make at all?
Hopefully it's good vibes, yeah. No changes at the moment. Yeah, looking good though.
That's what we like to see. So very great to see you guys keeping up good form there, and hopefully you can stay consistent for the rest of the season. You know, not much longer now. We're getting there. So eyes on the prize. That's all I can say. But congrats to you and your team for taking away the W here tonight.
Thank
One
you.
step closer, and pleasure to have you on board again.
I appreciate
Real.
it.
There you go. Great to have the Turkish Turret on the line there. Always bringing out the energy, Tony, and great to see that, you know, having a good time. It's exactly it's the most important thing when you're playing any game. You just got to have fun with it, you know? That's why we play our games. But yeah, good vibes only, Tony. Good vibes only.
Good vibes only. I was gonna say, group of mates playing a unique tournament. What more could you want? That's the dream. I was gonna say, and for Turkish Start and UTS as a whole, their dreams are looking great at the top of the standings. I was gonna say, up there with the likes of UOM, I imagine. So eyes on UOM to kind of keep their distance between them and UTS at the moment.
That's it. We'll see how that distance goes once we set things up for this next series on the other side of this break. Coming to you live right here with the AEL University Elite Series with Matsy and TwoTapTony. And we are super duper keen to get into more Valorant action. We have, Tony, more incredible games on the horizon. And my eyes are on the prize of which map it's going to be. Which teams is it going to be? Surely we can get away from Lotus. Surely, Tony.
Please, I beg.
I beg. But you know what? What I love to hear, what I love to see is our sponsors. So a big shout out to none other than AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. And make sure you check out Indomie, the noodle partner. Made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices, a plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Man, I'm begging. I don't want another Lotus, man. I swear, if we see another Lotus, we'll see the
case to the teams.
Oh, guys, I beg, please, no more Lotus. Maybe just like a sunset in there, a bind. We'll see UNSW. Corrode potentially. We'll see UNSW be taking on Monash though. For the side of UNSW, it's Runton, Service, Axel, got a pillow, and $1. And for the side of Monash, it's Jolt, Deptry, Mini, Six God, and Wads. This is going to be an interesting one, Matt. I feel like this is UNSW's time to prove themselves. Monash at the top of the standings, of course, with the likes of UOM and UTS. So they're one of the heavy hitters to take down here, and I feel like if anyone's capable, it's UNSW here.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they got a bit of strength behind them as well, Tony. You know, we've seen them showcase their possibilities, just like the possibilities being unveiled, right? Tony.
It's back.
Your prayers were unanswered.
Ah, man.
Lotus. I can't believe it.
Lotus again.
Yep.
Hey, Corrode made it through to the second ban this time, though.
Oh. That's incredible.
Big. That's big.
It's making waves. Maybe it'll make it to third next time.
Slowly, we'll get to fourth, fifth, and then hopefully by the end of Uni League, we'll see Corrode get picked. But
hey, we're gonna have a Corrode grand final of this, right?
I hope so. I want nothing more. But back to Lotus, and we'll see the same things in Jet, Raze, Fade, Clove, Vise. Is there anything?
Maybe Chamber?
Chamber could be cool. Wads did cook on the Chamber, I believe, last time we saw it. So
yeah, Total Force isn't too bad.
I'm trying.
Reyna, maybe.
No. Dep tries trolling. He's playing Clove and nothing but Clove. I feel.
Yeah, they're just cycling right now. You know.
Abba would be crazy.
Well, maybe they want to go crazy. Yeah, maybe. You know, that could be it.
Yoru? Yeah, I like that. Don't mind it. It feels like Neon would be a little bit better in this circumstance, especially with the, what we've seen out of the Neons, the fast wall, the explosive play on that attacking side, and especially for a team like Monash starting on attack. But we're going to be seeing Clove locked in for Death Try, while it's just kind of taking his time a little bit here, but we'll probably see the Chamber lock.
Yeah. There it is. Alrighty, so Tour de Force is going to be coming out hot there. Great to see that one locked down, Tony. I think that it's got great potential for them to hone in on their talents with that one. And yeah, I've seen a lot of impact maker plays come out from that agent there. You know, obviously it isn't the most commonly picked agent anymore, but when it does get picked out, it's great to see what they can do with it. So keen, curious to see what else is going to be cooking up here. But without further ado, Tony, we jump back into the Deja Vu factory. It's back to Lotus. Once again, surely not going to happen again, right? Right? Surely not again.
Lotus for a fourth one would be sick.
Yeah.
Be absolutely sick. You're going to be seeing, of course, the same tried and trusted setups. Vise over towards C main. And potentially, of course, fight towards a main for Rubble here. And I was going to say, have the raise, have the fade. You expect to see the C's and the paint shells come out, and they already have. And we set our attention already over towards C side, where Axel might be under fire in just a bit.
Taking it nice and slow, nice and steady for the moment. And we'll see what they can do with it here. Shots already come out. So Wad's down. Ooh, Axel follows. Okay, looking good. Looking great even, but Spike is a ticking here. There we go. Locked in. Ready for it. Mini gonna go down though, trading it out, and one or more standing for Monash. Oh my gosh, and they get it done. Depth try, gonna be on top of it. Clutching it out.
Yeah, huge clutch from Depth Try. I was gonna say, on the Clove, and in his element, the overheal was good just to secure a little bit of extra HP, and then two players kind of gifted on a silver platter, peeking the same angle. Depth Try with the height. First round, over to Monash. And going to be already feeling a little bit confident. I was going to say, we're going to be seeing Marshals for both Wads and Mini. Actually, no. Guardian going to be here for Wads. Only the Marshal. Here for Mini, no Outlaw is an interesting thing to note. I was going to say, they have the money to invest into it.
More to invest and more to do. Let's see what this last player is going to be able to cook up here. Axel. Yeah, look, I think they go for an exit here. Maybe that's all they go for, because otherwise they're just going to die. Oh man, I don't think it is going to be very good for them at all. But we'll see what they can cook up. There we go. Going to be killed out in the end. So poor Axel, not able to work together to achieve anything further here, but we'll see what this next round ahead of us looks like. Tone, I think that we're in a good state at the moment. You know, I think that Monash are looking good, but jumping into the bonus round now for UNSW, this could be their chance to, I suppose, burst the bubble and see what else they are going to be able to do here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate start here for UNSW, but we saw teams in this situation bounce back pretty convincingly. Axel, once again, we're going to be playing towards the pillar. Backside of C. Arcros is destroyed, and so is the Vine. All of the util getting popped here from Axel. Nothing really they can do about it. Forced to watch as the side of Monash walk up. So I'm going to be Outlaw. Shots coming through. Is going to be Mini taken out early. Spike playing a different position than we're expecting. Normally you see that one go towards the stairs. Beautiful taps from Wads. Only for two, though. Zervis able to trade it back. 6 God. We'll find Zervis, though, in the meantime. It's Axel up on the height. And $1 down on the low. Depth Try once again. Trades come through at 6 God. And the revive from Depth Try to fall away to Waterfall. The Showstopper going to be popped by $1. On top of 6 God, but actually able to dodge it out. Depth Try taken. 3 for $1, but 3 rounds total. Monash able to hold that one down, and popping the Showstopper was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, not going to be expected there, but we'll see what they can cook up here. 10 seconds to go. Mr. TwoTapTony, 10 seconds. And it's all trickling down in the sands of time. But Monash going to be primed up, good to go. We'll see which way this game is going to flow now as they look to hold back, hold steady here. Oh my gosh, that was scary, but it's going to get scarier in a second. So wait things out. Paint shells coming in. The shots already breaking out here, and Monash are on the rip and tear.
And not showing any signs of weakness. Showing any signs of falter. Jolt will take out $1. 6 God as well. Takes out their man, and Caterpillar gets the 6 God. And there's nothing you can do. Flawless once again. Monash on a streak of dominance. And I was going to say, I feel like their comp as well allows them to kind of go with this snowball style. We've got double snipers coming through from Mini and Wads. So, posted long-range angles, able to take those fights against Rubble early on with the fact that they've got the raise and fade. We need to see maybe a little bit more aggression out of UNSW. I feel like they're kind of drowning for space right now.
Take hold.
Yeah, drowning for space and ready to see if they can clean it up. We'll see if they are going to be able to get a moving out of this one. Mr. Tony is there
Get him. Drop
to
in smoke.
make it easy for a second. Ooh, showstopper coming out. Bang! Axel's down. I thought they wouldn't get anybody. Surprise, surprise. And that's just the beginning, Tone. They are already running it back over towards the A site. They've only got the opposing raise there to deal with. Ooh, Service going to get caught on the cutoff as well. So things just getting better and better for Monash right now.
Yeah, I like that. They drew rotation over from UNSW just with the showstopper. They got that one pick and they fell back completely. Adola drop, Ronson up on Heaven. Sashel is out, blasting across onto the sights. Another one from the 6 God. Ronson finds depth try. These two players a little bit further out of the site. Not able to play for the tap. The spike is planted for them. Adola going to be clearing tree. Ronson checking towards the vent. Last pack comes over the top. Shot from Ronson. Overhealed up to 6 HP. But it's the 6 God. Spray him down with an ace. In 5 rounds, 5 kills. Monash, again, not stopping.
Can't stop, won't stop. As they cleave their way through. So, eager to see what else they are going to be able to cook up in a second here, Tony, as there's still more fun times on the horizon. Still more game to give. You know, just because it started off in favor of Monash doesn't mean it's going to stay that way.
You want to
See,
play? Let's
they are going to be
play.
able to do, though. Tour de force. Uh-oh. Coming out from Wads. That trigger discipline is just so clinical. Like, it's just a laser-thin focus. Laser point focus coming out there. And we'll see if that tour de force does get activated or whether it finds its time into this one.
You can see, I've taken all the space. Nightfall goes out from Joel. Water Force is still up. Trail Detective Prowler will spot up Caterpillar. But you can see, they've drawn all the rotation over towards A. Axel will fire in just a second. Razor Vine is taken out. Axel forced away. He on for the taking here. The site completely surrendered over by UNSW.
Surrendered over and ready to heave their way up. But now they are trying their best to press their way in. Already are finding a player advantage here. Now looking to further it. Monash still going to be online, but not for long. At last, UNSW find an opening and blast their way in. Oh my goodness. It took a while, but they got there in the end.
And I was going to say, I like the play from Monash. Sensing that B's weak. Open for the taking, but B's a site that's hard to hold on the post plant. And for the side of UNSW, have to give them credit. They get their first round on the board. And hopefully the first of many to come. Service with the Nightfall up. Mini does have Dimensional Drift. So eyes on that ultimate as we go into this one, because Mini can be anywhere on the map in just a split second.
Cutting through.
Ooh, let's see what they can do, my man. Let's see how they go. Bomb body coming out. Uh-oh. Dimensional Drifter coming in. Monash, they're ready to crash back into this one. They were not happy with how last round went. They want to get a round back in Redemption nice and quick. Look at that. Breaking through. Second down two. What more can you do? Let's see them pull through as they are. Gonna exercise their patience here. And they're sticking it back.
Ronton forced to retreat to waterfall. Wads will take them out. Axel with the spike go down. Mini will take them out, and it is going to be up to Zervis, stuck behind a closed smoke, and 4 players to deal with. 2 towards the top side of sight, and 1 just on the other side of that smoke. In just a second, once it goes down, it's going to be a shot from Mini to close it out. And interesting round, I have to say, from Monash. Mini getting a lot of value out of that dimensional drift, and that's what you wanted to see from that ultimate being used. And 6 rounds now, still only 1 for UNSW. Money not the best either, forcing into a stinger for Caterpillar. I feel like you probably want to keep it cheap. He does have the ultimate online. Blades could be good in this engagement.
There it is. I heard you, Tony. Have you got the can on the string or something? You know,
I got
some internal comms there.
the tin can.
Yeah, on the string. You know, talking to the neighbors. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And we are getting into the round here, and it is going to be straight around the corner. Mini gets it done, and looking to see if they can gun ahead. 1-6 for now, but will UNSW be able to find their fate as they close the gap?
Yeah, Blades came out. Blades will hit. Forced to fall backwards, getting taken out. Over towards A, so not a lot of options for Monash here to take. I get to C. Jets looking around with the Blades. I get on 8. Because I know there's a few players still lurking about here. 6 God.
On my mark.
Broking. Rotting behind the smoke.
30 seconds.
No aggressive. Yeah, 30 seconds left. They're trying to get this spike down, but they're also trying to clear out Waterfall at the same time. Caterpillar will take out the 6 God. And it is left to 2 more players. That try will get Nightfalled out. Will be able to find a shot before falling. Radar trade positions here. The UNSW. And the Cats got claws. Second round to UNSW.
Yeah, claws are out and they're ready to tear it up, but they've got the gloves out here, Caterpillar, so they're ready to go for the 1-2 good night there, and we'll see how it all goes down, whether they can get a KO through onto this one. Love to see a bunch of KOs, you know. It's definitely solid stuff coming out there, and you're going to see what is going to be over the bend of this one as the round begins. It's time to get down to business. UNSW are locked in. Looking to clear the path here, make sure their opponents aren't going to be greeting them with open arms. They are going to be greeted with smokes though. Oh, and a party. There we go. Nice timing on the dodge there. Will be still looking to push ahead, using it close so they can get sight control off that one. And it now puts a bit more work on the shoulders of UNSW here.
Yeah, they've taken control of C. They could play it stairs. It's pretty safe for in the meantime. Wads was poking over towards B main. Dolet kind of can't push too aggressively. That trip will trigger. And Wads can just turn. And this is interesting for Monash. Delaying the spike plant here.
Where are you?
And they have full control of the site.
Yeah, I think maybe they're playing mind games with that, Tony. You know, I think maybe trying to delay things. But who knows? I'm curious why they did that as well. But you know what? It's all going to work out in the end. Kills already coming through there. Ronton going to be able to get up plenty of kills right now. We're going to see if they can get more depth trying to get their way back in. It just ain't happening. $1. Waiting around the corner, waiting to go. Oh, won't even be able to get the showstopper off. They're just going to be killed.
Ace.
So a Penta. An ace coming out there. Incredible stuff from UNSW.
Ace for Ronton. Beautiful round from them. And kind of the star you're looking for right now if you're UNSW, because it's been a lot of rounds going in the favor of Monash, but finally we might see a breakaway here. Money not the best for the Monash side either. We'll see a Stinger Light Shield. We'll see Shorty for Mini. Actually going to be a Bucky. Dimensional Dress online, so I'd be on the lookout
time to
if I'm UNSW.
Yes, I'd be keeping your eyes peeled there, to say the least, but here we go. Dimensional Drift online. I've already opened the account for 1 kill there, so curious to see if they are going to be able to seek out even more.
I'm back.
They stick it back. Oh, here we go. Facing off. Pushing straight in. Oh, big damage. And it's immediately traded out there. So, good to at least take more players off the board, I suppose. But still being at a disadvantage, it can come back to bite you sooner than you think.
That goes down. Monash. Nightfall's being held here by Jolts. Depth Charge is going to be playing contact here towards Waterfall. Well, it's going to be walking up at the Haunt. All 3 players going to be coming through Hall here. Nightfall comes out, well timed here for Jolt. And these players, vulnerable, tagged up. And Crossfire and Team Ace across the board. Monash. Once again, pick up another beautifully played round.
That's it. Playing with such a finesse at the moment. And they're finding the benefits, you know, round after round here. They hit the ground running. And they are going to be running to scratch their way through this one and see how things go. But let's get our way flowing in to round number 11 now. Paint shells coming out. Util is aplenty. Oh my gosh, looking a bit scary for a second there. See if they can get a kill through this one though. There we go. 6 God hitting them up. But Ronton is going to be back now. Trying to see if they can get the counter attack onto this one. Maybe hit them up with some of that Tony flow and enjoy the show.
They're falling back. Ronson couldn't find a kill, so Ultimate goes by the wayside. Wasted, it would feel. Jolt trying to find where Axel is playing right now. Prowler is going to be popped. Rotation here for Caterpillar over towards Waterfall, but Mini in the meantime might have control of B. Dollar on Heaven. Spotted 6 God there on the cross. Axel though traded. D taking B actually going to be where it finally ends.
Spike planted.
Zervis. Spike plant a 1 versus 4 this time. Doesn't have any comrades to help this retake happen. They have to be vigilant. Crossfires have to be good here for the side of Monash. Can't afford to give Zervis 1s. They're not gonna. Shorty. And aggressive. Heads up play from 6 God. In 8 rounds go Monash.
Last round in the half. Last opportunity for either side to get themselves onto the board here. So, will it be UNSW going for the W here, seeking it out and ready to get their way one step closer to the grand prize here? We'll see if that is going to be a possibility, a reality even. Oh, it's party time. So, 6 God bringing out the showstopper here. $1 already going down. Decent start for Monash. And they're looking for more, but immediately spikes down, and it's retake time.
Yeah, very quick. Potential final round here for Monash. Depth try. Bringing out Caterpillar early on, and I like this plant. I was going to say, Monash have played it a little bit more spaciously this time around. Mini has wrapped around the flank here. Ronta does have a smoke on. 6 God though with the lineup on the paint shells. And we'll take him to pieces. Mini for the backstab to close out the half. 9-3 Monash. And well, this is getting scarily reminiscent of a previous game, Matt.
Yeah. Deja vu. Feel like I've been in this place before. I don't know if I like this, Tony. But no, we're so back. We're so back, and keen to see how the second half unfolds as well. There's things looking super solid for Monash at the moment. But this pistol round, I feel is going to dictate how things might evolve, might change coming into this one. So we'll see what is it going to be on the way over now. So we take it nice and slow, nice and steady here. Shots could be around this corner. Mini ready, goes for it and fades back. So information is starting to be gathered here, Tony, and both our rosters really have to figure out where they want to go with this.
Yeah, some early C noise here from the side of UNSW. And for the side of Monash, Sex God Wads still going to be playing towards Rubble. He did take control of it early on. Wads does have the rendezvous set up. One and done angle here. Trap is going to be triggered. Trademark goes away. Rendezvous to safety. Wads now can just play for the time and play for the rotation of Six God. Wads still needs to be careful though. The rotation hasn't come in as quickly as he probably would have liked from Monash. So, a quick one and done. Trades come back though. Plant goes down. 30 seconds. UNSW. 3 versus 3 now ensues.
Down 2-2 now, Monash.
Player standing.
Gonna be forced back, jolts down, Zerva swerving in! And they will be able to bring it back one a step further, but this is just scratching the surface of the second half, Tony. A great way to redeem themselves at such an important time. You know, UNSW needed that. And now it's gonna be super duper good to see what else they may be able to deliver.
It's around UNSW really needed. Because they'll be gifted purchase. They'll have the better guns going into this one. Once gonna fight them for C mount control. But they're gonna be playing to the wind conditions. The far back angle with the outlaw. All will be picked up here for Ronson. The C site will be picked up here. Depth try to be smoked off. Try to get through. Something. Rally close.
Spike planted.
There's no hope. Depth try gets out.
Depth try gets out, and let's see if they are going to be able to drain this one over the top for more. They're going for exits here.
Player standing.
Oh, timing. Could have been good, could have been greater, but they are going to be shut out the gate. Six God might have more favorable odds. Judge in hand. I'm getting scared for anyone who tries them here. There's possibilities, but I don't think it's going to be a reality for some reason. I think that that's going to run its course and good night, but we'll see. You know, still a bit of there we go. So not going to happen. They can at least maintain their life, I suppose. You know, keep the judge there. Well, you know what? They can just keep nothing. They can just keep trudging along and giving it their best. That's what they can do, Tony. So good rounds coming out there. UNSW going to be able to bring themselves back into the fray once again, taking a couple in a row, and now Monash are going to be placed onto, I believe, the bonus round. So we should be good to see their economy start to take a bit of shape as well. You know, they might be able to bounce through with a little bit of a comeback type situation here, depending on how they play it out. But with UNSW already starting to shift the momentum from an early stage here, it could be rough what's ahead.
Yeah, it's starting to look good for UNSW. Really clove smoke. Goes up towards B. Wads. I have to say, very interesting position to be playing for. Normally we see the chambers over towards A, but I guess with the fact that you've got Fade Raise, you don't really need to try and play for A control with the chamber. Depth Try will be able to pick up a first here. Strong start now for Monash in this round. Caterpillar and Adola trying to walk it up. Wads is rotated over. Wads C here to help Jolt out, and they're playing some very interesting off angles. High and low. And it pays off. 2 players left here. UNSW.
2 players remain. The insanity. This comeback from Monash has just been so grand. Ronson going to be spotted out now. They just have to hold their ground.
30 seconds
Ooh, a swing could have been in order, but it ain't gonna happen. The order's not up yet. It's still being prepared in the kitchen. Wad's ready. Gets the pen down, slams it down, and that's gonna be kills going their way. It's 5-10, favoring Monash.
Yeah, nice little trade, crossfire, whatever you want to call it. It's good. It's a smart call from Monash. And taking a look, ultimate on line here for Ronton. Wad's one away from the tour de force, so we'll maybe expect to see aggressive C-mount control fought for once again, and look to get that ultimate up. But of course, Chamber, I want to play a little bit more passively. Once again, early Clove Smoke. Once they have an inkling that they're all A main, Wads can just look to go for that one. Maybe seeing Mini tossing out the decoy. Ash will come through as well. Watch comes across. And Six God's just going to be playing Treat. The Judge, Jolt.
Spike down.
Good trade from Vent. 4 versus 4 now.
Ooh, 4 versus 4. Open the gate for more. Six God ready with the Judge. Boom! The damage comes out. They aren't able to get the second kill, though. Caterpillar are going to be able to save the day on that one, but they're down to 14 HP. They're in a bit of trouble there, Tone.
Ooh.
Especially if they get faced off in a second, but Wads are going to be the one to face off now. Looking to take them all down and will not be able to get the last Caterpillar, last player standing for 14 HP and a dream. They got a couple of Cloudbursts that dash there, maybe into the updraft. So utility's great, but are they going to be able to navigate into that unscathed? You know,
30
one
seconds left.
bullet basically, and their round is done. See you later. It's a tough spot they've been placed in, and they don't have much time.
Yeah, interesting position to be in. Plant will go down B.
Spike
The double stack from Jolt and Depth Try is respectable. Can't afford to give Caterpillar the ones. Smoke towards Vent. Great call from Depth Try. Of course, as you said, Caterpillar, 14 HP is quite low. It's one good bullet. Tap to fake. Swing the Vent. Right click. Does it actually hit? Depth Try. A rare miss. And the Haunt comes out. We'll get popped. Clove Smoke on top of the spike to give cover for Jolt, but they're just going to take the fight. And they're winning out. Close one, though. Hard fought for Caterpillar. It's 11. Feels inevitable for Monash.
Hesitation is for amateurs. Let's go.
That's it. They are going to be able to take it there and get it. 2 steps is all they need in order to speed past and take this one for their own. So we'll see if they are going to be able to claim glory here, or whether we do see UNSW bite back into this next round ahead of us. It is going to be a big test of both teams here. We'll see which team will stay composed and which team will crack as we get into the fray once again. Tour de force out for Wads there. Nice to see them bounce back, you know. They don't overstay their welcome.
Rendezvous got taken out there. Adola. Wads doesn't really have anything to fall back on. He's just kind of leaning on the sword right now to get aggressive. Adola in the off angle, but great Haunt timing there helps Wads out to set up for another shot. Can't find it now. He's spamming away a little bit. Only has 1 bullet left in the chamber. Will find the head of Zervis. Beautiful shot from Wads, and now it's left to just 2 once again here for UNSW. And 2 and flawless round. Six God will pick apart Axel.
Out of charges.
That's match point here, Monash.
Yeah, party's over according to Six God there. Looking to show them out. We'll see if they are going to be able to do that here. It looks like the Guardians are on deck right now. Looking to see if they can save their run or whether it will be them bowing out here. 5 seconds to go. Barriers ready to open up. Both sides really need to give it their best here. Well, here we go. Blade Storm activated by a Caterpillar immediately. wanted to get a quick shutdown, a quick kills. Six God trades out with the showstopper there, so nice beginning, I suppose, but I need to do more to take it to the end. Ronson going to be able to find Death Try there. Nice start, Jolt around the corner, try and play off their teammates. That they will, they spill blood, and the kills are flood out. Spike going to be down as well. Good to get that positioning known, and they are zoning out more and more 1v1. Who will take this one? They have created a bit of distance, so we could see a spike plant on the horizon.
Yeah, spike plant. Very much important here for Ronson to keep this game alive. Mini has to be vigilant, though. Doesn't know where Ronson is. Ronson sprinting, planting down towards C. Mini knows that door will get popped. Smoke cover gives Ronson the ability to reposition, but dimensional drift here from Mini. I don't know about that in the 1 versus 1. Did spot Ronson. Ronson is going to tuck close box there. Mini knows, doesn't know that Ronson's just kind of sitting and waiting, and will tap for one. He can't fake it. Ronson able to close it out and keep UNSW's hopes alive for one more.
Hopes and dreams will be achieved there, at least for one more time. And we'll see if they are going to be able to find another opportunity out of this round here. There's 6 rounds between them at the moment. UNSW are going to have to work extra hard if they want to push this through to an OT. Monash, all they got to do is win one, take it one step further, and game is done. But we'll see if they are going to be able to do it. You know, either side are still going to be opportunities on the horizon here. A big focus is already being distributed over through towards the A site. And shells coming out there. $1. Trying to get some territory here so they can just clear angles and take sites.
Great prowlers coming through here. Caterpillar. Nightfall comes out. Nervous. We'll be able to take out Death Try. Nice light up there from Mini. It's a second from Jolt and Wads. And it's left to Axel. Hopes and dreams. UNSW lay on their shoulders. It's a first. It's not a second, though. Jolt will pick it up with the pistol. Axel gets taken down. It's 13-6. Monash with a dominant game here on Lotus this evening.
That's it. Really great stuff coming through from our rosters here tonight. Monash get it over the line in the end there, Tone. So they were able to zone it out, and really impressed with how they composed themselves, you know, all the way through that one. I think that they did a great job, but obviously we did see UNSW, you know, get a bit closer there in towards the end. It was almost like they activated a bit more, I suppose, in the end there, but really good to see. Monash were able to use their power of domination to get themselves over the line in the end. You know, those early rounds definitely made a world of difference. And it's great that they have managed to seal their fate there. But, yeah, unfortunate for UNSW. I think that maybe if they managed to garner that same kind of momentum earlier in the piece, we could have seen a much more competitive series. So, unfortunate, but alas, very fortunate for Monash.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have to give them credit. A lot of aggressive early fights being taken. I look at the first bloods here. It's 5 for Wads. It's 4 for 6 God. It's 3 for Mini. And yeah, if you're just winning out those first initial contact fights, it's a lot of early momentum given over to your team, right? And we saw Monash, every time they were given that early momentum, were able to take it across the line.
That's it. Take it across the line, just like us. Into this interview, welcome in Jolt.
Hello. How are we going?
Hello again. Fancy seeing you here.
Of course.
We're so back. No, great to have you on board again, mate. You know, really a solid power coming out from you and the roster again tonight. Honestly, like I think you guys played super duper well. You managed to really control the narrative there, and I guess playing into that, you know, what do you feel worked the best for you guys? How do you feel? I guess things started to unwind a little bit when you did lose some rounds to UNSW.
Yeah, look, like I said on the first week after the interview, we can play pretty much every map in the pool. We're really comfortable on every map in the pool. That's what we're here to show. Lotus was pretty chill. That's one of my comfort maps again, IGLing wise. So losing rounds, it's bad luck. Like we're losing rounds. We know why we're losing rounds. We won't make those mistakes again. It's pretty chill. It's vibes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys pretty comfortable with every map in the pool. I guess I want to pick your brain a little bit about every. I was gonna say we've seen Lotus so much tonight, and I was gonna say I kind of want to pick your brain a little bit about the composition. So I was gonna say you guys run something different. A lot of teams have been running the fives. You guys opt for the chamber, but you don't really play it. I guess like a tried and trusted sentinel. You're a little bit aggressive with it. What's the comp? What the comms like in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we don't play like a tried and tested sentinel. If we do, if Chambers just locked down on a site, it's really easy to hit his site. So we need him to make a little bit of presence, make them a little bit scared. So same thing on attack. We're using him a lot of the time as our contact rather than just ripping it where we want to go and having him flank or whatever. It's just we're playing a comp that is a pretty ranked comp, right? Raze, Yoru, Clove, Chamber, things like that. So we're just trying to be a little bit harder to read, unpredictable. We've got a lot in the in the bag. We didn't get to really show anything today, but yeah, just keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. That's what we like to see. I'm hopeful that we do get to dive into that bag of tricks later on in the season, maybe in towards the finals. Maybe we see some alternative agents come in there. Maybe we see a Harbor. I know Tony's pretty excited about that. Like, do you have any little hints you might be able to unveil as to what could be coming?
I think at the point that we realize that we've probably qualified for top 4, whatever it is, we might loosen up and do some wacky comps just for the viewers, but nothing's set in stone yet. We'll find out.
All right, well, you keep us on our toes. I'm keen to see what's on the horizon there. So yeah, it's going to be exciting times ahead for you and the team, but yeah, keep up the good work. You guys are taking it one step at a time, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Good times
Cheers.
ahead. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Cheers.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. There you go. So great to get Jolt in for the interview once again there, Tony. Always good vibes from them and the team. They're always giving it their best, and it's great to see that their hard work's paying off. It's always like we were saying before, you got to keep a positive mindset into your gameplay. You got to play with a team of people who really bring the best out in you, and I think that a lot of people can mirror that sentiment. You play better when you've got I suppose good vibes around you. I think that's going to be something to live by. But you know what? We're going to be cooking things up for the last piece of this evening. And as we get the recipe underway, we are going to head to a break. So we'll see you on the other side of this one. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series here for Valorant. Matsy and TwoTapTony are here, and we are going to be bringing this one in a high gear. It's our final series of the day, and where's it going to go? It's going to go to UOM and Deacon. Tony, it's time. You know, it's Deacon's time. I'm feeling it. Tonight is Deacon's night, and who's going to be repping him?
Deacon, it is going to be Main Man Glitch, Waffles, Inc., Cardia, and IZL. And then for the side of UOM, it is Alive, Yuki, Paranoia, Moon, and Buck. And I was going to say, this is I feel like we've put all the weight on Deacon's shoulders, right? You know, they came so close to finally putting a win on the board last week. And, well, you know, they couldn't quite get it across the line against Macquarie. They're hoping to do it against UOM, but UOM, as we said, the Titans to beat. It's a little bit of a David versus Goliath story for our final one this evening, and I imagine UOM are going to allow Deacon to run a show in this one.
That's it. You know, I think that things are looking pretty solid there, but Tony.
Oh my god.
Am I?
Deacon banned Lotus last. We could have went to fight.
I'm not dreaming?
We could have went to Lotus. Dude, we could have went to Lotus.
I can't believe it. It's not Lotus?
It's not Lotus.
We've broken out of the time loop. We're free!
We're free!
We're free! Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deacon. Thank you, UOM. You've graced us with a fantastic way to end this evening. Just good vibes all the way through. Thank you so much. Sunset, not Lotus. Very good. Very good indeed. And we'll see how that is going to go down as we get into our agent picks now. And already I'm seeing differences. Rainer's coming out. Yes. Breach is coming out. Tony, we're eating good tonight.
Yeah, we thank good. We're not seeing buys insta-lock for the fourth time in a row. But yeah, Waffles on the Rainer, I have to say, impressed me last time for Deacon on Sunset. So immediately going to the comfort pick. We're going to be seeing Ink on the Cypher once again. Interesting. No Glitch going to be on the Omen, not the Breach this time. We saw Glitch rock the Breach, but IZL going to be the one holding it down this time. Cartier onto the Jet. See Moon with the Wise lock here on the side of UOM. And carefully considering their last few locks here, but Breach for both sides here as IZL finalizes the roster here for Deacon. And it's a little bit of a throwback. I was going to say kind of what we saw, very reminiscent of, you know, the early days of Valorant on a map like Haven, like you're blind. You normally see a comp like this, and you're like, hey, that's Valorant, baby.
That's it. This is Valorant, and this is Vise. Your favorite. Eyes on the prize, it's Vise. But we are going to be getting into the map very, very soon here. I'm very excited to see which direction now these two teams take it, Tony. You know, I think they've got some good momentum, good strategies in. I think it's going to be just great times ahead all round, honestly. And yeah, I'm keen to hit the ground running on this one. You know, I think that these teams are primed. They're ready to bring out that Empress power, you know, ready to spring to action.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because both side of UOM, the only thing that's I guess the same in terms of the initiator pick is Breach. So a completely different comp here for UOM. Feels like a little bit more aggressive, I was going to say, in some aspects. You've got that fade for early info gathering. You've got Neon for the fast tracks, the fast lanes. And going to see how side of UOM fare. They get to start defense. We'll get to see Deacon start attack. And already seeing a little bit of a change up. Actually, there was some early B control. Fault line being held out here for IZL. As the rest of them take aggressive space up. Dash into the smoke here for Cartier. And not stuck on the site for the moment by themselves. Trying to fight this fight against Paranoia. Paranoia will win it out. Moon able to find two of their own. Make it three as Waffles hits the deck. The spike is dropped. And Ink left to do something. I was going to say it's already fallen apart here for Deacon. And J1 will find And backstab flawless. Pistol start here for UOM.
Yeah, absolutely. Flawless pistol beginning, and keen to see how it plays out, heading through towards the end there as well, Mr. Tony, as we stick it out here. You're eager to see what they can do with it. How they fare. Jumping into this one as the second round is now going to be well and truly underway. Deacon not bringing much of anything, to be honest. They've got the sheriff, and that's it. One player behind that one, so definitely just want to bolster their economy as much as they can. Yeah, really nice shot, honestly, towards the dark cover there. Impressed with how much damage that brought through. That's going to keep UOM with a little bit of fear behind them, but they're not going to get any closer this time, I believe.
Paranoia down to 5. Rotates the market, the one and done angle, fault line, and Paranoia on top of Paranoia. Falls to the wayside by Ink, but great trade back from Moon. Still hiding backside, trying to find something. But Cardi, yeah, we'll find it back. Spike plant goes down here for Glitch, so Deacon now in a 4 versus 3. Post plant, when they had the weaker purchase, Rally comes out from Buck. It's going to be the concussion as well. Cartier able to find it. Shaywon trade back with the judge. Looking for a little bit more, but Live will pick apart a few more players with Shaywon catching IZL on the swing. Deacon got the spike down, but they unfortunately weren't able to hold it. Got a little bit too big for their boots. That's 2 rounds UOM.
Come here.
That's it. Decent beginning here, Tone, and looking to zone things out. My gosh. Love that voice line there. I don't think I've heard that one before. So definitely looks like Live's got a grudge against Glitch, apparently.
Fired up.
They're fired up. Reach is looking to get down into a fight there. My gosh. There you go. All right. Yep, that's it. Couldn't have said it better, Buck. And we are going to be ready to work into round number 3 here. We'll see what they can do now as they head their way straight over towards the B side here. Moon be holding back, ready to face them. They are going to have to take it a bit slower, though. They could get caught out.
Caught out by Moon, caught out by Live, caught out by Paranoia. Waffles spikes down. A lot to salvage here. Moon. Half tag, just needs one good shot. Misses to dodge. Concussion coming through, but the judge sliding on in for J1. We'll take out Waffles. 3-0 start, UOM.
Need a drop.
You know, the comp might change for Deacon, but the starts are still a little bit shaky.
A little bit shaky, but you know, they are going to be able to have more chances to bring it back. Just because things started slow here for Deacon doesn't mean it's all over and out, you know? I think that sometimes it takes teams a little bit of time to warm up, and this could be one of those many times there, Tony. So we're going to go into this round and see who's going to hit the ground running now. K1, decent angle, honestly. Playing around the tight spot there with the judge, I think it's going to be very beneficial, especially if they have opponents pressing up. But they're not going to see combat yet. It looks like their teammates are bringing the combat to them. They're running their way forward as fast as possible here. Deacon forced to back out, and they will be aced. So Paranoia driving their way through that round, taking away the 4th in their favor, and we move onwards to 5.
Yeah, there's a saying I like to say, Matt, sipping on that confidence ocean. UOM right now. 4-0 start. Paranoia with the ultimate up. Moon as well. 8-2. I was going to say, you know, a lot of the times we see the Cloves kind of towards the top of the board, and good to see Paranoia repping all the Clove mains out there. Well, fortunate start here for Deacon, but they will have a purchase going into this one. They're going to be playing a little bit more slow style of play here. Up though, goes for the aggressive play mid, loses out to Paranoia.
Yeah, loses out to Paranoia and loses out to more, because Paranoia's down now. And we'll see what they are going to be able to do heading into the rest of this round as we creep around towards B main right now. Lots of utils set up at the front there, though. They do have Vice to worry about. Could have Breach wrap around the back through Boba, perhaps, as well. We'll see how it goes, though. Shrouded Step coming out. Moon still sticking it out. Trying to hold on to this one. They are going to be tapped around the back. Glitch goes down, though. Moon locked in on these shots, taking it slow, methodical here. And they need to get more just like that through if they want to take control of this round. Moon gonna go down, though. Izzle's out as well. Cartier ready to play here. Oh, that's a bit of trouble. Caught out, blinded. And Chevron will be able to secure it. So 5 rounds are favoring UOM now. And we're onwards to 6.
Onwards to 6. And Chevron got that with the sheriff, not the judge. And, I was a bit confused for a second, but it's okay. Deacon gonna be saving this one. Well, surely credits are a little bit in the bin. Cartier does have the blades. Paranoia. I have to say, very important fight to win out mid.
Get out of my way.
Take some confidence, right? You're just kind of standing very much in the open for both sides. And it's going to be blades out for Cartier. Act like you never left, though. Paranoia wants to take the fight yet again. And Cartier rips his head off again. Beautiful start here, though, for Deacon. Rider flying up through market. Blades missed this time. Moon is traded out, though. AEL finds that one. Deacon have control of B if they want it.
Let's see if they are going to want it as much as they possibly can, as 3 versus 4 situation right now. Deacon, we're going to take advantage, take point on this one. Nice shot going out from Glitch there. Ink as well now. 1 player stands. It's live here. Trying their best to dive into this one. Ooh. Bringing out whatever they can here, but there's still more and more trouble that just waits around the corner. And there you have it. Deacon, at long last, a break-in.
1 round to Deacon's board finally. And hopefully first to Medi for them. I was going to say, we've seen deficits bounce back from tonight, Matt. And we've also seen deficits kind of roll over into a very convincing first half for some of these teams. So Deacon, they're going to have to dig deep, keep the confidence high, and chip away at it round after round. Cartier, aggressive swing. A1, aggressive swing themselves, and will be flying onto Warfalls. Trade quick, back by Glitch. AEL as well, finding wide. Moon trying to fight out through market. Too many aggressive swings this time for the side of UOM. Buck will drop the spike. Takes out Cartier.
Catch them.
Tinker Glitch.
Last player standing.
Think it just Buck now here. UOM and Glitch. You can teleport out.
Ooh, teleport out. Look to bring it in here. UOM 1 player. It's a Buck standing. And will they be able to push ahead here, or are they going to get overwhelmed by Deacon? Or going to be proven? So we creep our way around the bends now. They've made their way out of market on towards the site there. They're just hiding in B main, like they have util ready and waiting here. They just got to wait for that noise, you know, see if they can get that little proc through, but yeah, there it is. Buck tries to bait it, but they peek straight into it. And they make quick work of that. So, second on the board now for Deacon. They're starting to build themselves up here, Tony.
Yes.
As I said, need to piece it together round by round, right? One of those very important games for Deacon, right? UOM sitting top of the table.
This goes here.
Probably the heavy favorites in this one so far. And they started out looking like just that. We'll see. Purchase once again here. We'll see aggression once again for Che1. Judge. Let's have Live and Buck to help them out with the util gathering. Cartier, though, in the meantime. Pushed up through tiles. Takes some mid control this time. UOM are happy to give it up.
Let's see what they will have in consequence of that. You know, they give it up for now, but are they going to be able to do more with it? Moon certainly won't find out, as they are going to go down. Paranoia to follow. So Deacon now really gaining confidence, but UOM do fight back. RTA's down now. They are looking to see if they can take more from here. B site now under control. Spike will go down. Glitch ready and waiting for this push straight through from Boba there. Oh, there's the spot. Oh, Buck does get them though. Glitch in trouble. 3v3 situation. Rolling Thunder coming at ya. Uh-oh, Chewan's down. Izzle and Ig now make the ship sink. And there we go. It's going to be Deacon taking it out.
There's going to be a tactical timeout here for UOM. They're feeling a little bit shaken, Matt. I was going to say 3 rounds straight here for Deacon. Beautiful rolling thunder there from IZL. Just threw Chaewon off. I believe threw him straight up in the air. Chaewon couldn't do anything. And then IZL, he swings off of that. And great play around the utility there for the side of Deacon in that round. We'll see some ultimates come online here for the side of UOM, though. And off the back of a tactical, you imagine they're going to come out swinging into this next one. I feel like it was a good call for UOM, giving up that mid control, because that's where they've been losing a few of the initial fights, but as well, some of the fights that they've won out convincingly has been Paranoia kind of posted up top mid and just tap and head as they come towards him. So, you know, maybe play for a little bit more tiles control. We saw Chaewon get aggressive there, 1 round for all the side of UOM. So, a lot of potential different strategies here for UOM going into the future. But for Deacon, keeping at it, piece by piece once again, round after round.
Keep on keeping on. Is it going to be the way to go here, Mr. Tony? And we are going to be having our preparations come to their ultimate close. As the gates open, it's time to spring into action here. Time to get this clash underway towards the A site, perhaps. But mid-control looking pretty solid as well. I like how they aren't putting all their eggs in one basket here for Deacon. They're just gathering information for now. They've got some great information. Cartier already opening the account there. So they're going to be looking solid. UOM are bringing out the ults, though. Chaewon almost getting a kill back there. But they will be just one and done into this one.
Yeah, interesting play. 2 towards top mid and 2 towards the market for UOM. It's going to be the 2 towards top mid. Try and read take here. Waffle's playing aggressive on the top side of that smoke. Buck will get taken out. Waffles looking to find a little bit more. Paranoia comes through deep, but doesn't hit on the live. 3 players are trapped in this site for the moment. But I don't think Live has the time to play for it. Maybe just get an exit or 2. Back off, keep the Phantom. Not even finding an exit. Just going to back off completely. Another round of Deacon. And I was going to say, just playing off of the deep stack towards mid and market there. Deacon were just able to find their footing onto A for free.
Yeah, they really managed to take the proper steps there, and it worked out wonderfully for them. So power to them. You know, they get the job done there, and have really gone leaps and bounds to close the gap. Like, I'm very impressed, Tony, with how Deacon have been able to change the narrative here. Like, UOM took 5 in a row, now they've lost 4 in a row. They could turn into 5. You know, we could see 6-6 at the half, or maybe 7-5, 8-4. Who knows? Like, it's crazy which direction this is going in at the moment, and curious to see if Deacon's going to be able to hold on to it. I do know they've got Neural Theft available, but they've already lost at 1 member. Who they do trade it back, however, but even still, things getting a bit dicey, and things have only just begun.
Yeah, glitch. Quite low. Fortunately, trade didn't come out from Moon, but crossfire here for Ink. ICL and Waffles. We're looking to take up some mid control. They're going to have to deal with Buck, though, posted. The Stinger will fall back. Surrendering a lot of space. RUOM, but this time
Bring them down.
might be paying off. They don't quite have the weaponry that Deacon have at their disposal.
No, they don't, and they are going to be certainly feeling that, Tony. You know, coming into this one, I'm sure they're certainly going to be feeling the gap between them, so to speak. But we are going to be getting into it. One a step more. J1 does find glitch there. Warful's ready for what's around that corner. Oh no, they're trying to run away as fast as they possibly can here, but there we have it. J1 once again. A Warful's down, traded out. Live is out of here. And more to follow. There it goes. Quick as lightning. UOM. Pick it up and lock it down. 6th round now in their favor. They've broken the streak. Will this be their chance to take it now? Many strides forward.
We give Buck the other tap of the defuse, get everyone those ultimate orbs. And interesting round. I feel like Deacon kind of outplayed themselves a little bit. We had such deep presence there from Warfels over towards spawn side. You can just kind of send a few players up. And Warfels can kind of just control the rotate. But unfortunately, I believe somebody lost the fight A main. And that's what made it all fall apart. They did get the spike plant down, but they just didn't have the members in the end of things. It was a 3 versus 2 retake. And UOM, they like those odds, especially with the fact that they still had the Neon up. Be a very slippery character to deal with at times. 6-4. 2 rounds separate these two. Haunt immediately destroyed here on the contacts, but Chaewon, once again, early first fight goes their way.
Yeah, it does go their way, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 to open the door here. So, need to see what else could be shifting through Mr. Tone. Paranoia's down, so Deacon now ahead. We'll see if they can keep it that way. UOM moving around slowly, but certainly over towards Boba there. Do catch Waffles and more. Wow. They definitely got their control back over that spray. You know, it took a couple of goes, but they got there in the end. Live now. We're going to track forth with it. And there you go. Deacon just come unraveled within seconds there. And that puts UOM up now 2-7.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The end of things there. Just some great shots coming out. K1 playing this Neon to perfection. On the defense side as well. Normally you don't see Neons get to take a whole lot of fights on their own terms. It's a lot of kind of waiting for a teammate to set you up with some utility on a retake. But Chaewon, these fast lanes has been quite key. Walking up, taking space back here. UOM on these retakes. Deacon, fortunately, it's the way the cookie crumbles after a tactical. You need to find this final 1.5. A few ultimates online here. Cardia, Blade Storm, Empress popped immediately by Warfulls, trying to take space up through, immediately blowing away the market door. Paranoia stuck behind the top mid smoke. Cardia, they'll catch them before they're even given a chance to swing. It's Warfulls for a second. Deacon starting it with 2 picks.
Starting off strong with 2. Let's see if they can break her through with more. As they are going to be against low and steady here. Creeping up towards the AES site now. Ooh, looking to see if anyone's around the corner. There could be a Vice waiting for them.
Oh!
Oh, there it is. Waiting into the lion's den. That certainly shakes up the round. And let's see if they can take advantage of that one. What a boom.
There.
Beautiful patience there from Moon. Camera spots Chaewon. Drops down. Spots 1. Spots 2. The Waffles will spot them both. In kind. Chaewon and Buck fall. And Deacon will take the final round of the first half. All heroics aside. This is still a close one. Anybody's game for the taking.
There's for the taking, and they are stacking it all on this one. It's time to see how things play out heading in to this next round ahead of us. This next half ahead of us, as a matter of fact. 7 of 5, we dive in. Will Deacon be able to get pistol and potentially tie it up? Take it there beyond? Who knows? It's all going to be proven going into this next one, my man. And let's see how it all goes. So we are going to be seeing Chewon and Co. flowing it over to B right now. Big presence there. They're just going to push straight through the dark cover. That allows them so much space here. Spike should go down pretty much immediately. Yeah, there we go. They're going to be on track. So time for the post plant here.
Post plant retake. A lot of players on site here. All the likes of UOM. One good shot, one good flash, one good paranoia. It is going to be up on the post. From the line, IZL. They will trade some back. J1 flies through. Right click classic from IZL. Live and Moon, they fall back to safety. No bullets, and that goes. Has to reload. Gives sound cue over to Moon. The spike is planted for them. And they're going to win it out. Beautiful shot from Moon. Takes out IZL. Interesting play there for Deacon to just completely play for the 5 versus 5 retake. Didn't have the utility, though, for that one. I was going to say it kind of missed like a flash or a paranoia. Come out here from the breach. All glitch. 8 rounds now. UOM's board. Means that they'll get the financial benefits of Spike Plant. And we'll see paranoia already on the Vandal.
Yeah, keen to see how that one works out, my man. You know, I think there's definitely some potential on the horizon here, and we'll see what they can do with it. They are going to be holding it back for the second. Just trying to take it nice and steady. Nice and easy. Paranoia ready. Ready, waiting. There it goes. They double it down. Look for a third. Might get caught off guard. Oh my word. Warfalls does find one pack in the end, but there you go.
Stuck behind a sheer. Interesting little setup there from Moon. But retake for 2 here for Deacon. With not the best weaponry in the world. Classic only for Glitch. Shorty. Ink. Paranoia. And Co. Going to be spamming through that smoke. Ink just going to be holding exit potential. But I don't think they're going to give it to him. Going to be walking away through spawn side, I imagine. Paranoia might clear it though.
Oh!
Vandal.
A little bit high on the crosshair placement there, Tony.
Yeah, a little bit.
Say like a millimeter off, but it works out for Ink. You know, you love to see the shorty get some value. So good vibes all around there, and that's gonna net them a round victory. But now into the bonus round, we'll see what Deacons are going to be able to cook up here. I think that, you know, there's definitely some openings, to say the least, some opportunities for Deacon to bring it back here. But we'll see what they can do, my man. We'll see how they go coming in to this one here. As Live already opens the account and says goodbye to Glitch.
Hey, Glitch getting taken out towards Market. High camera's great. Tripwire triggers for 1. Nick. Great swing there. Takes that Paranoia. Is up pretty good, but spam comes through from Live. Shut it down. Spike will go down. Once again, retake for Deacon. 3 versus 4 this time around. J1 playing an off angle. Live playing for contacts. Everybody coming out here from Boba. Nobody hard clearing. J1 who's just going to be sitting pretty in the smoke. Next to the box. The gunfire comes through. J1 for 3 in 10 rounds. UOM
Go, go, go!
Great stuff coming at you there. Gonna dismantle the hope that was potentially building up there for Deacon, and
I'm out of here.
now UOM looking to track even better. You know, they've reset the economy for Deacon there, so should see potentially 11, 12 on the board even. Going in favor of UOM here. We'll see what they can do with this though. You know, I think there's definitely
Gotta go.
grander opportunities.
Potential of opportunities. Beacon, it starts with this one. Cartier already losing the fight out. Waffles was able to find Moon in the process. Falls back. Paranoia takes out another on IZL. Glitch. Waffles. Now, really the only two that can kind of stop this plant from happening. Waffles already looking to approach as the plant goes down. High flash comes out. All the util dump comes through. J1 goes for the swing. And Glitch now. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place and Alive that's looking for the hunt. Looking Alive. 11 rounds. UOM.
Just swapping in with fusion cells. Okay, my arms are good. We can
Well done. Well played, and it is going to be 11. So, will they be able to get a 12 a Deacon? Going to have to see if that is going to be a reality or if it's going to slip away into another future. But we are going to be on top of things in this one. Deacon got a lot to prove here. You know, if they lose this one, UOM are going to be on a series point, and that is a dangerous place to be in. So, see what they can deliver here. Empress already online for Deacon, so they're not playing around here, Tony. They want to stay focused up as ever here. See if they can deliver something more, but still have to focus up and slow things down for the time being. They are heading straight through towards A main here, so definitely do have that push potential. You know, maybe they'll focus things up on elbow perhaps, or maybe they just rush it over towards the link side of the site there. We'll see what they can come up with though. They're slowly but certainly getting closer and closer. Whoop.
Ooh, Cartier just standing on top of the Vise utility. Paranoia does pop the ultimate though. Great trade back from IZL, getting swung by two members. That's the power in numbers here for the side of UOM. Empress. Waffles still on the track here underneath Moon. Glitch a little bit late to the party. Can't really blame them. That hit came through quickly. Glitch to deter match point here for UOM. Moon live, Buck. Looking different directions. Moon will clear out the elbow. Glitch able to fight for one. Paranoia still up as well. So Glitch, good look to fight this. It needs to go quick. It needs to go now. Crossfire here is good. Buck and Live looking alive and ready. Glitch does get the dink there. Some tags onto Buck. They play the time. The fall back to safety. Glitch can't do anything. Locked out from the utility alone. We'll be able to get the kill on the fade away. Finds Live, but it is match point here for UOM. Glitch will fall to the spike.
Match point.
Ooh, it's going to be a tough endeavor, Mr. Tony, as they are on series point right now. UOM unstoppable into this half here. Deacon, they've got a lot of ultimates. You know, they can deliver, I'd say, a considerable amount coming into the rest of this one. But whether that is going to be enough to push them in and, yeah, take some deeper control here is certainly going to be tested, I'd say. So we'll see what they can do once we get back into this one. But for now, going to have a temporary moment to breathe here, Tony. We're going to be that zen state for the moment.
Yeah, this feels very interesting. I was going to say, Deacon, we haven't seen anything since the first half. This has just been all UOM. It's 5 straight rounds pistol into 4. And, well, for Deacon, it ended 7-5. So, yeah, this is just the unfortunate way things are going, right? UOM just feel like they're the better team on paper. They should be winning it out pretty convincingly. But Deacon, to their credit, I was going to say, gave us a little bit of a show to start it off. But we're going to have to dig deep. 7 straight rounds go to overtime. They've already started off with 2 quick picks.
Yeah, that's right. Already starting off with a bang there. So clearly, pause has worked out beneficially for them. You know, they've been able to refocus and restructure their approach into the round. But I mean, the round's not over yet. Still have 3 more they need to find. A buck already are going to be able to find their way back in. Trade it out immediately. Oh, live. So close. The crouch. They do get away from it. And Cartier are not going to be so fortunate today. But the trades are still on their way through. Moon. Ooh, what a shot. You know, you can't afford to play in too dangerous a position there, and they will certainly feel the wrath, feel the consequences.
Yeah, smart call. Crossfire there from Glitch and IZL. Don't give them the ones, because if you lost the game like that, it would have been a heartbreaker. Operator picked up for Glitch. Tosses it over to a teammate. Asks for a purchase. 1 more round out of Deacon. You get to play 1 more round, potentially 4 ultimates for both teams here. And it feels like the impactful ones online are the Steel Garden for Moon. We've got as well Chaewon with that ultimate that can just come flying into a site. We've got Rolling Thunder as well up online for both breaches. A very explosive hit that could come in quickly. It is going to be Nightfall, Rolling Thunder. Ink is sent packing. Glitch will find one of the Paranoia. And a nice little off angle. Picks up one into Buck as well. Steel Garden comes across. Glitch's primary jams. Moon tries to get deep for the fight. 5 less. The 1 versus 5. Not quite really going to be able to do all too much. Potentially giving some ones. But here, taken. Waffles trade. A lot of ultimate. I feel like maybe overused there for Deacon. Blades. And, of course, the Empress. But ultimates as well. Expended by UOM. They now only have Chaewon's ultimate up. Steel Garden was used. Rolling Thunder was up. Nightfall used. Tactical timeout once again. This is an interesting thing to note, Matt, because Deacon haven't used any of theirs. They've just been playing with the momentum of the rounds that they've been given.
Yeah, it's interesting, I guess, the difference in how they're approaching the game in that aspect, isn't it, Tony? Because, you know, they're very reliant even, or focused on those timeouts, but the opposing side, they're just kind of vibing their way through, you know? They're just keeping it calm, collected, and looking to just go with the flow there. But because the flow has been, I guess, disrupted by this timeout, this really could change how this round ahead of us does play out. So I'm very keen to see the effects of this one in real time once we do get back into the fray here. You know, we can see some decent stat lines coming out from all of our players at the moment as well. So really good layers to be built up there. Really good foundation for that matter. I like the high utility ultimates coming out, you know, from the Deacon side there. Everything looking super solid, you know, from the Shadows, Rolling Thunder, Neural Theft. Everything's looking good on that side. And only going to have Neon online for UOM. So, yeah, it's a bit tough. But, you know, I think there's definitely room for multiple possibilities here.
Mid-take here. IZL. Immediate first one falls back through the clove smoke. And losing Paranoia. One of the high impact members here for UOM so far. Live will find IZL. So the trade back comes. 4 versus 4 here. And you can see how cautious Deacon are. We've got Cartier and Waffles all the way in spawn side.
Yeah, they're going on a bit of an adventure, aren't they? And we'll see just how deep this adventure takes them. Cartier, ooh, nice angle. Isn't able to take out Live as a result, though. So I guess they've been given information, but Waffles is going to be able to find more than just that. Moon's down. They now have a 1-player advantage here. We'll see. Inca can make it more. Yes, they can. A shorty in hand as well. Trying to play around the cage here. Oh, my goodness. They're just diving straight into it. I don't know what's going on right now, Tony, but Deacon They gotta be loving it.
Oh,
And Ink is just gonna single-handedly annihilate them. My goodness.
that's a very important 3K for Ink to find there, because if Ink dies, that A side's given up. UOM set themselves up in a post plant that could favor them. They had so much util still up to play with, so he could, round by round, 3 straight in a row. You have the neural theft now up for Ink. And we see, once again, UOM, a little bit of a rougher economic state this time around. Cartier playing close, but I wouldn't be playing too close, especially against those Stingers and Sheriffs. We're looking to take elbow control. Rally goes through. Cartier. Charged up, Che1. He's going to pop the ultimate. Try to pop onto one. Takes out Waffles fast lane. A shot immediately back from Ink. And Cage is going out.
Down A.
Mike is down and drops. Not retrievable here for UOM either.
Oh, not going to be a retrievable there. Live, though, does redeem at least 1 kill out of it. 2 versus 3, down to 1 now. Let's see. Nobody going to make anything more at all. So, Deacon back on track now. Somehow clawed the scoreboard back towards 12 to 9. Here, UOM just need an opportunity out of these upcoming rounds. And they will be able to take it, but with Deacon fighting back with as much strength as they are right now, we could see this go the distance, Tone.
This has the makings of going the distance. 3 more rounds. We could go overtime. Once again, very important rounds. Both of these sides, UOM being tested a lot. I was going to say, I feel like this is one of the closest games we've seen UOM play so far in the University Elite Series.
That's it. And they are going to be able to take it down. One apiece, down for 2. Paranoia pulling through there, and it's going to be 2 players remain. Will they be able to circumnavigate this pain here? They're sticking it through. UOM in deep control right now. They have to stroll ahead into this one, give it their best. Dark cover coming out. At least they can nullify one angle. They still have more to look for, though. Paranoia could be over the top as well. Glitch, strutted step. Oh, but they're going to be covered by their teammates. Ink going to be the last one standing. And there it goes. UOM lock it down. 13 to 9.
Absolute anarchy there to close that one out. Just when everybody became a Deacon believer, UOM put the foot down, and I have to give credit. Standout performance from Paranoia on Sunset. Their 6 first bloods. 18 and 22 is not the most impressive scoreline, but Paranoia, when the impact was felt, it was so hard for Deacon to fight against, and I have to give him credit. But Matt, Deacon made him work for it. 2 tactical timeouts being expended there for our team that is at the top of the standings. A team that's relatively been untouched so far throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think that they definitely looked mortal in this series there. You know, you could see their sense of mortality coming into that one, considering how many rounds they conceded. And it plays into what we were talking about with Deacon earlier into the evening, where they're just so close. They're just dancing around these possibilities, you know, of taking away a series victory. They just keep getting closer and closer, but it just ain't enough. But you know what is enough? It's time to get down to business. Time for an interview with Buck.
Hi, guys.
Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on board once again. You know, always good to have you here. And congratulations to you and your team on your victory, first and foremost there. But I was getting a bit scared for you guys heading towards the end. You know, can you talk me through why, I guess you conceded some of those rounds there? Like, what was going on in the back end?
It was mostly just us having fun. We really shouldn't have lost that many rounds, but we just had fun as a team, and that's what the most important.
Yeah, I was gonna say fun's the important thing at the end of the day, but yeah, I was gonna say you guys played a very close one against Deacon. I was gonna say I feel like I was gonna say correct me if I'm wrong. The second time out there, probably used to probably lock in. I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
the first one as well, to be honest.
No, absolutely. Good to see. Yeah, you guys locked in the end. As yeah, if you let things get higgledy-piggledy, you know what can happen. But no, good stuff from you guys. And I guess looking forward, are we gonna see, I guess, the similar confidence from you guys heading towards the finals and maybe there beyond? Like, do you feel like you guys are gonna be truly tested by any of the upcoming rosters?
Not so sure about the upcoming rosters, but if we do face UTS again, I think it'll be a fun game.
Great to hear. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to if that becomes a reality as well. I guess that depends on how things go there, but good things come to those who wait. So we'll see what happens. But good stuff from you and the team once again there, Buck. You guys killed it, and yeah, really keen to see how you guys go into the future weeks. So thanks so much for coming in with us tonight. There you go. Great to get our players in for an interview there. As always, laser focused coming in, and yeah, just good vibes all around, Tony. You love good vibes. It's a great way to head towards the conclusion. Good vibes only.
Good vibes only. Having a bit of fun. I was going to say that's as well. We spoke about confident picks,
tonight.
But yeah, that's the trend tonight. Having a bit of fun. And then lock it in when it kind of gets a little bit pear-shaped there. I was going to say, they can definitely get more for their money and probably not what you were expected. But, well, interesting turn of games this evening, Matt. I was going to say 3 Lotus, 1 Sunset. We got to see Sunset again from Deacon as we check out the wrap-up for tonight, match day 4, Macquarie versus Swinburne. A little bit of a closer one. RMIT, UTS, a little bit less of a closer one than Monash taking it down at UNSW, and our final one you just saw 13-9 there. UOM taking it over Deacon. It's going to be interesting. I don't think a lot's going to change in terms of the standings here. I feel like Swinburne moves up a little bit. I was going to say after that victory, 1-3 with that round differential as well. But of course, Monash overtaking UOM now in terms of just the round wins to losses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely going to be pretty tight there. 1 round difference is just insane. And it's great to see how the standings have shaped up. Towards the top side, we're seeing things start to get a bit more locked in, let's say. But obviously towards the middle to lower sections there, things are still a bit transformative. And you know what? The only team that hasn't taken the W is Deacon. And I feel like they're just so close. I want to see them take at least 1 before the season's end. I think that definitely going to be a lot more on the horizon there, Tony.
Yeah, a lot more on the horizon. Macquarie currently 2-2, sitting middle of the pack, and I was going to say they've been very hot and cold, and I feel like middle of the pack for them kind of suits them at the moment. UTS 3-1, and towards the bottom end of things, UNSW, RMIT currently 1-3 each, and round differential. A few more than the top of the standings. UNSW a little bit further ahead in terms of the rankings compared to RMIT. And Matt, I was going to say, I still feel like these could shake up. 1 upset Deacon win can really throw this leaderboard into a tail end.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there, Tony. I think it definitely will shake things up if that ever becomes a reality. And, that could make or break some teams' placements later on, but we'll see how that goes heading into the future weeks. I know what's going to be going into right now, though. It's a big shout out to our sponsors. A big shout out to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. And make sure you check out Indomie, the noodle partner, made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. So big shout out to our sponsors, as always there, Tony. But Tony, if you want to check out more AEL action, where do you go?
Of course, you can go to X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on the Twitch channel. Of course, AU Esports League to check out all the action, as well AU Esports League 2. We'll be back next week for more Valorant, of course, Matt, and plenty of other action going on throughout the week, so check it all out, and we'll be back.